Wait for it.
Fuck you all.
Got the head down.
Nobody look at him.
Hello, wonderful YouLARP watchers, and welcome back to the Super Happy Fun Time D&D stream.
It's more happy and more fun every time.
This is a double happy, double fun, and absolutely no scary time stream.
Are we on Facebook?
We are on the Facebook as well.
Matt's on the Facebook.
Matt.
So you can catch us now on Twitch, hooray, or YouLARP Facebook. Or depending on how quickly I update, probably about a month later on YouTube. And then on old podcast as well, which is going well. So good work. Anyone who listens on podcast, hooray. We've got a lovely announcement to make.
Oh boy.
A lovely watcher gave us a tablet. What the hell?
Which we can use.
That was pretty much our reaction as well when you told us.
It's incredible.
Ridiculously cool. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
It's amazing.
I say watcher, it was actually a listener.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So the podcast.
So we must come across audio only as being highly disorganised.
We are highly disorganised, but
they need assistance.
So I've downloaded some of the books on there, and we've got the D&D Beyond app, and we've got some other apps to sort of help us streamline some bits.
Brilliant.
I'm notoriously known for not getting the rules right, so
we can correct you.
I can continue.
Actually, Adam.
Actually,
Adam, I think you'll find I'm not dead.
Don't be that guy. No one likes that guy. There's a YouTube channel I quite like, and it's called Crit Crab. And there's a Reddit called RPG Horror Stories. And all he does is read out RPG horror stories, but some of them are just incredible. Just like, I really want to run a game like it. Right, who wants to do the recap of what happened last time?
So we faced off against a angel-like being. I believe the
Did we
pronunciation
decide
is
on the pronunciation?
Duvet.
Diva.
It was very warm.
It was very nice. It was a good role play episode. Our main fighter / tank decided to pray at a stained glass window for the entirety of it.
Helping.
Whilst the rest of us
Hessia's
just
mouth
absolutely
set off to fight immediately.
That's why I'm here.
We were doing quite well. We nearly convinced it.
Yeah, we've realised that druids are super OP and amazing.
Yeah.
Pretty strong.
Jackal finally decided that he had had enough of this place and put his sass down hard.
I've forgotten about that.
Sassy Jackal. And and there was that flesh golem that everybody was like, nah.
We tried to kill it quickly, but
it didn't die quickly.
somebody decided to set on fire.
I thought that would kill it quickly. The idea was sound.
What did I find?
Oh, we found that journal, didn't we? And
Found a journal which had all of his thoughts over the past, was it like 80 years or something like that?
Getting corrupted.
What was his name? The posh dude from
Vasily?
Vasily. He was actually Strahd. And basically he corrupted the young alien angel thing into becoming darker and darker and darker. So yeah. And now we have all had a little rest in the dining room.
Yeah, I found a hit flask that's worth 250 gold coins.
Yep. And we're off to go exploring.
We decided to go up, didn't we?
Brilliant.
We're going up the stairs.
I think as an apology for missing that episode, Matt, if you would like to choose a character have either something good happen, boo here's no one wants that, it can be me as well, or something bad, so a bonus.
You know what to do, Matt.
Yeah. So let me know. in chat, or if you want, you can just message me private.
Or put it in the chat.
Put it in the chat, then we can all see who's going to get
It's funnier if they don't know, and I'm like, roll that, please. When I want to.
Trust you to, keep that information correct.
I'll just lie. I'll completely lie.
I don't have to choose bad things for Hessia. They happen anyway.
Yeah. You don't need
what he said.
You don't need to add to her. Ooh, those are gross.
Maybe that means that Hessia needs a bit of positivity.
No, she definitely doesn't. Right, anyway.
Bad things happen to good people, okay?
Let's get this show on the road.
Or neutral people.
Pop a D.
Without leaning towards
So
evil.
you'd taken a short rest, had you?
Yeah.
Yeah, tiny.
Because it was an hour because the ceremony was done.
Yes.
So it's make Constance, you can have a re-roll.
Oh, I got the reroll last time.
I know, but
Is this that popular?
it was make good stuff happen to Constance. She's my favourite.
Sitting and praying is
so-
the way to go.
I am the best.
Constance, after a bit of reflection out the window, you feel your gods are not paying any more attention to you.
No. Fuck them.
Nope.
Useless.
So let me set the scene again. You find yourself in this now battle-scarred, what could have been a long time ago, great hall. A long table stretching across. Near the doors you came in is a staircase going down, and then at a right angle down again, and another staircase going up. Towards the back of the room, facing north, is a large stained glass windows showing a saint. Can anyone remember the name of the saint for me?
Markovia.
Indeed, yeah, the battle saint. She went to Castle Ravenloft and took Strahd on in his own domain, and it did not end well. A small fireplace. You've got some blood in here as well. Blood from the creature, the flesh golem made to look human, feminine, being taught to dance, taught how to make Strahd happy. In error, the Abbot believing it would save his soul and melt his black heart and bring him round to know true love, then he would show love to the people. But from reading the Abbot's journal, it seemed that the reason he felt like this was because the seed has been planted in his mind and then cultivated by Vasily von Holtz, who the Abbot believes is Strahd himself. You've shut the main doors. The fire, the embers of it, still giving very little heat into this large cold room. Up in the mountains, when you're outside and the wind comes in, the mist freezing in places, you find yourself now. You've not heard any sound of music drifting down for the hour. And that's where we'll begin.
Am I right in thinking that we didn't have a fight between our long rest and the angel?
No, that'd be the first fight of the day.
Yeah,
No.
fine.
So you'd made it to. It's been too long. Press.
That's just one
You-
spell slot then.
And we had our rest.
Yeah, you only used one
You
spell.
rested for the night there, and you met a rather lovely dusk elf.
Oh, yeah.
Who tried to slit someone's throat and then left,
We helped him.
inviting you all for dinner.
Right. We decided to go up first, didn't we?
Yeah.
Because down is never...
We wanted to find out where
We
the
don't like-
music was coming
We
from.
don't like basements.
Basements always go badly.
Yeah, we start from the way up and work our way down.
Yes.
So,
What formation are we going in?
I'm happy to go near the front.
Cool.
Go middling.
How wide are the stairs? Are they just
I think
single
you go
file?
two abreast.
2 abreast.
They're not ginormous, like a normal staircase going up. You can not. It's not uncomfortable to go 2 abreast.
My mind flashes to the first time I saw Jackal and Constance use stairs. I decided that I'll go in the front because I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Constance fell onto me.
You know what? That's pretty.
I forgot that.
Red will go next to Gabriel.
Yeah.
At the front.
Alright, I'll go second then.
I'll go last.
Yeah, I'll go somewhere in the middle.
As you make your way up, so you can see very quickly it's more of a loft than a second floor. You can start to see the roof thatch from inside. There's unlit lanterns hang from the rafters and ropes with a large bronze bell. You're pretty sure that you've heard this bell when you were down, which made, after the bells rang, there was lots of crying when you were down in the town itself, or the village.
How well lit is it up here?
It's not lit at all, really, but it's just the natural light coming in, so it's still quite. It's about 1 o'clock-ish, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Probably.
I'll use precipitation and light all the lanterns.
So useful.
It is, isn't it?
Can everyone give me a very quick perception, please?
Big guns. Oh,
The usual. Unusual, nice.
+0. But that's a crit.
21.
12.
10.
It's not a crit though, is it?
Well, it's not a crit.
9.
Coming out the gate strong.
What did you get?
Crit.
Oh,
Critical perception.
So clearly going
First
back.
time ever. It's because I'm so fresh, having not really taken part in that last fight.
Sat there praying.
As you... Sly Ocelot. The Sly Ocelot. He can't stay long. Enjoy the tablet. Not to break it too quickly. I saw on the lost episode being in a beard somewhere. This beard.
Yeah.
Next to the beans, most likely.
Next to the beans.
Much love, Sly Ocelot. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
You can hear the very, very gentle, calming, relaxing. This isn't the music you heard earlier where someone was purposefully playing so they could dance. But as you start to make your way up the stairs, this is someone playing lost in the music, playing without following the music. Someone very skilled. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So it's not. I'm not being super clear, but it's very quiet. They're not playing for anybody else, and it is exquisitely beautiful. The others don't really hear it too much. As you make your way up, you can see you're kind of coming into the south of the room. Room a little bit smaller than where you were because of the roof. There's a table. There's a large number of wine bottles on here, but it's all the cheap wine. And there's someone humanoid with a hood up. And Gabriel, as you go up, you can see a hand which doesn't look humanoid. Or it looks humanoid, but with fur coming on it, playing with their back to you.
I whispered to these lot. There's one of his constructs up here. Probably one of the lepers. I
Accept.
go up there. I'll go quite slowly. Try and be as quiet as possible.
It's a kind of like violin style instrument. This, as you get a little bit closer, you can see the robes they're wearing, a heavy cloak, but almost kind of like a monk's garb, almost. But the kind of the shape to it, the coming out the left shoulder, very heavily leaned over. It's not. The shape isn't right, and you can see the claw of the left hand now. That similar to maybe a crab or a lobster type of claw. So he's using that to just take the weight of the instrument. and as the bow is moving in that hand. It doesn't seem to be, or they don't seem to be paying any attention.
Is there anything else up there? Or is that all I can see so far? Or we can see so far?
Pardon?
Is that it?
That seems to be it. There is a door coming out to the south. But he seems completely, or they seem completely lost in this music.
Start approaching, I suppose.
Yeah, I'll start approaching stealthily.
Yeah.
Yep, give me a stealth,
Stealthy,
please.
stealthy.
I'll hang back then.
Red's gonna go stealthy.
I'll stealth.
14 plus. Where's my stealth?
Not that great.
No, that was useless.
16.
I don't like these new dice, I've decided.
9.
Uh,
No, 10. 10.
I'm going to put detect magic on my.
oh, 10 as well.
Detect magic. What one do I get from? Yeah, detect magic.
As you step onto the layer with him, so you're on his level completely now, see the room cleanish, tidy-ish, apart from these bottles. A table to the side, a gentle rhythmic dripping coming from it, with this black sheet over the top of it. As your eyes are just naturally drawn over to the sounds. You can see it's not water dripping, maybe wine, but probably not. You see lumps and bumps underneath the cloth on the table.
Okay. I'm going to use detect magic on myself. Only magic within 30 feet of you will have a faint aura around it. Visible creature or object in the area that bears magic, and I learn the smaller magic in any.
No.
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 Okay. Okay, I'm going towards the
Dripping table.
Yeah, what was your stealth roll, sorry?
16.
As you do and make your way into this room, the old building with the wooden floor, it's very hard to move in it quietly. Where's everyone else?
I'm hanging back.
I'm hanging back as well.
We went
We
forward
went-
and we both got 10s.
Yeah.
And you got...
Both
We
got
both got 10.
Okay. As you start making your way in, you get maybe 5-10 feet from the stairs into the room. It's probably only about 10 feet away. As you step and a squeak, as the hood falls back slightly, as the head begins to turn, but instantly your brain recognises something is wrong, is there's not one head but two, and one is considerably smaller, childlike on the shoulder here. You can see now the back of the bigger head of the creature with two horns coming out and shortish hair. The heads are kind of conjoined but not quite, and one of them kind of turns, forcing the other to come slightly, which makes a miss note on this beautiful violin which has been played. And you see these small, beady, childlike eyes fix on you. And as the mouth opens to say something, no words come out, but a forked snake tongue flicks out for a second. And then the larger of the two head. It's more goat-like, quite long. The teeth jutting forward slightly as their eyes lock on you. As he stands this crab claw and these two heads now facing you. What do you do?
Red sends the image over to Gabriel of us killing it.
Yeah, I Eldritch Blast.
My man.
You're just going to
Straight off, like,
Yeah, unnatural.
like his, like, Gabriel's whole deal is like, he gets sent places by the Raven Queen to get rid of like things that aren't meant to be. And that to him would be like, this thing shouldn't be alive. Like,
Damn straight. If it doesn't exist in nature.
yeah.
Seems pretty ugly as well.
Yeah.
There you go. It's ugly. It's not natural. It shouldn't be alive. Bish bash bosh.
As you lock eyes for a second,
Generally, as soon as I saw that snake tongue.
yeah, you're going to blast him?
Oh.
Yeah, give me a roll to hit, please.
18 plus 7 on the
That's
first
a big
one.
hit.
And crit on the next one.
Give me an initiative first, sorry. You're going to beat me.
20
Yeah.
on my initiative. So that was a hit and then a crit.
Yeah, give me some damage.
How are we doing crits now?
So crit is maximum damage for the first roll, and then
Okay.
you actually roll.
Right, so the first hit was 1d10 plus 3.
The
So
comment.
13.
Anything
So-
that makes such beautiful magic can't be all kaboom. Never mind.
So 13 for the first hit because I rolled a 10. So that's 23 points of damage
Oh god.
because of then the crit, and then 9 points of damage after that. So 32 points of damage.
You see the creature, as it sees you ready in a spell, reacts to go for the bell cord, but doesn't even take 2 steps. Barely moves. You just see the eyes dart over to it. Huge blast goes into the chest as he just rocks back on the chair, falls all the way to the floor onto the wine bottles, cracking and smashing those. Those downstairs, you would hear the thud of someone falling on bottles and the smash of it.
Yep. They're running in, I think.
Is it still breathing?
Oh no, right.
Nice.
Game over.
Eric flies over and does his thing.
Do the thing.
He eats 4 rice instead of 2.
As Eric goes over, you can see the beautiful handmade violin he was playing just shattered into pieces so easily on the floor as well.
Red's going to go over and is going to investigate the body a bit to look at, have these bits been sewn on or have they been
So under the
grown?
on
Just
him,
looking at you know, the bits and bobs of the body composition.
it looks from how you'd seen the others grown on. There's no scaration. There's no. Yeah.
It's not like it's been plopped on. It's been
not at all. Not at all.
Can I investigate the dripping surface?
Oh, underneath the.
Yeah.
As you, are you just ripping the whole thing off, or are you?
I'll get closer first. It would be pretty obvious that it's just.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's something.
Yeah.
under there. As you pull it back, it's the first time instantly you recognise that you've seen another tiefling here. As you pull it back, at first your eyes drawn to these small petite horns coming up at nice angles on the head. So you notice half the face is missing and just the skin peeled back. As you take a half a step back and realise you're looking into your own eyes,
Oh.
lying on the table, staring
Of course. I've had this for a
back
while.
at you. As your eyes for a second lock onto your own, as the hand,
Oh, for God's sake, every time.
as the rest of you just see Hesia take half a step back from nothing.
So do we see nothing underneath that cloth?
You would see a mixture of body parts. Some you would probably recognise very recently to be that of Irina. As you take a second and compose yourself, you then look. The rhythmic dripping on the floor, the smell of blood now mixed with wine. And this belfry, that be the word?
Yeah.
Why not? I'll make it up.
And that is all that's up there.
There is a door to the south, which one could presume leads to the wall going around the edge. So you can walk around there to the other building.
Coming up.
So we go down, deal with the rest of them.
Has anyone got anything flammable?
Yes.
To be fair, if we
flammable.
burn this place while we're in it, we need to keep the Abbey structural sound for people of Kresk.
Red will grab the whatever was was it like a Hessian cloth?
Yeah.
Yeah, she'll grab that and she's going to start moving what's on the table into the cloth.
I'll help
to try and move it downstairs.
Okay.
Yeah.
She'll do that completely silently.
I'll take it off her and carry it. Because presumably it's way bigger than you anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As you.
It's a stone building, isn't it?
It's a stone. This is wooden.
No,
Yeah.
no, so we can't just set the
If we
bag on
set-
fire.
so a wooden-
fire,
Yeah.
then the whole place will go.
A wooden inside structure, but the outer is majority stone. Yeah.
Back downstairs.
Down again,
Yeah.
basement?
Down, put the...
In the
Put that-
fireplace.
Do you want to put it in the fireplace or...?
There's bloody bits. Fireplace probably is.
Since it's been a while, you did see there is a graveyard outside, round to the.
So we could bury it.
Is it still consecrated ground though?
It was sort of to the south of the main entrance as you came in.
Right.
No, there's no point.
Think down.
If we're going down, we might as well leave the bag of body parts here.
Yeah.
There's no point carrying it with us.
Okay.
We can collect all the bodies in this room.
We'll just gather all the bodies
Well, we're
together.
going down into the dining room.
Yep.
Do it now.
Yeah.
And then down again.
But where's the exits from?
From the top one, there's an exit from the south, which will take you, onto like the curtain, the inner curtain wall.
Yeah.
And then if you've gone down, you can go right the way down into where you would presume the cellar is, where the flesh golem Silka brought the wine up from.
Let's go down, then
the
come
cellar.
back out and then go out the main door.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cellar.
So the stone steps go down 20 feet into the cellar. Sorry. You can actually see 10 barrels of wine in here. And
Is it the Wizards of Wine?
it is indeed. Yes.
Hoarding all that
Be
wine.
nice wine as well. Probably
You
get
can
to-
see
Chateau de Stomp.
in the centre a L-shaped rack with bottles on it as well.
Take some of this with us when we're done.
So the barrels in the centre of the room are empty, unfortunately. The wine, you can see various different names from the Wizard of Wine on here.
Chateau de Stomp.
It's a Grape Smash number 3.
Was that the good one?
No. I thought Grape Smash was the cheap one.
Grape Smash number 3 is the cheap one. So there are
Will they care?
2 barrels, 3 barrels of that, and there are 3 barrels of Red Dragon Crush, which is the medium one.
Well,
Sounds nice.
the people in Kresk will be quite happy. Maybe we can get a couple of barrels sent to
And the wine rack
Okay.
contains 33 bottles of Purple Grape Smash number 3 and 24 bottles of Red Dragon Crush.
Well, we know where their drink has gone.
There's nothing else down here.
Nothing horrible.
This feels like an anticlimax for a cellar.
Sorry.
Not even like one vampire.
Everyone give me a
Not
bit
a
of a
single
perception,
thing
please.
to set on fire.
You could technically burn the wine.
14.
17.
4.
Oh,
Eight. Which is next?
Crit.
Crit.
Crit. 5.
Good job on the crits for perception, guys.
Yeah.
I remain my usual useless self.
You're the next
You're too busy looking at the wine. How many have we got?
How much money can we make off of this? Yeah.
You're having a look through the wine, and there's a lot of empty bottles and a lot of empty champagne de l'Estompe bottles in here for sure. Almost like they might have been refilled. But one of them still has the cork in it.
Yeah.
As you go over to investigate, though, it's not full of wine, but there is what looks like a scroll stuffed into it.
Ooh, secret message.
I will pick that up. And I will... Is it a sealed cork or...
You can...
Okay. I will pop the cork.
I will make a comment. There's no time for a drink, Jackal.
It's always time for a drink. But this is not the reason. I will pop it open and type out the note.
It is arcane magic.
Ooh. What is it?
You struggle as you look at it to make head or tail of the symbols on here, but your knowledge would be enough not to mess around with arcane scrolls.
I will call Gabriel over and pass it to him. So I found something that you might like.
Take the scroll.
Yep.
We
Oh no, it's not arcane. Sorry, it's not
What is
arcane.
it?
It's divine. It's divine.
Fine, so
Damn it.
Sorry.
Would be yours. I can identify it if you
You
want,
go,
but...
no, that's okay.
Yeah, Jackal has another look at it and goes, oh yeah, actually.
Sorry, I'm a naughty
I had it
boy.
upside down.
You literally turn the scroll upside down.
It's like
Classic.
upside down cross. If there's an equivalent,
Yeah.
some
As you start reading the scroll, just give me a knowledge.
Could identify it.
Religion or...
Yeah, why not?
Our religion is crap anyway. For 15 is a straight roll.
Yeah, no, I'll give you that. It's a scroll of Hero's Feast.
Ooh. That's the one that buffs everyone up, doesn't
It's a
it?
very high level spell. So it's. I'll let you read what it does.
Write
But
that down. Do you want me to search it on our new...
Yeah, we should look at that on the tablet.
Our tablet.
We can do that now.
Look at that little plot drop there.
oh, guess who we've got back, everyone?
Ew.
Who?
Gollum.
We've missed him. Oh, Gollumir.
Oh.
Oh, Gollumir, I've been making the rules up as I go along without you here, mate. It's good to have you here. Holy shit, Gollumir gave us a cheer of 1,000 things. I've no idea how much that is.
1,000 things.
1,000 things.
That's a lot of things.
That's all of the things.
Hero's Feast, is it called?
Holy
Yeah.
crap, man.
We have 1,000 things now, Johnny.
What should we spend our 1,000 things on?
I don't know.
Let's... Oh,
50
Gollumir,
bigger
what a
things.
ledge.
You bring forth the great feast, including magnificent food and drink. The feast takes 1 hour to consume and disappear at the end of that time. The benefits effects don't set in until an hour is over. Up to 12 creatures can partake in the feast. The creature that partakes in the feast gains several bonuses. The creature is cured of all disease and poisons.
Nice.
Becomes immune to poison and being frightened, and makes all wisdom saves throws with advantages. Its max hit points also increased by 2d10, and it gains the same number of hit points. This benefit lasts for 24 hours. That's mad!
That is really
crazy.
good.
Wow.
It's
Well
really
done for rolling a crit.
Yeah.
I feel like that's one we need to save for an occasion.
Maybe when we're going into the nice little castle sometime.
Have dinner before we go.
Before we go.
Oh, I've got all my favourite people in chat now.
Yeah.
Just need a bit of James Dance or Alex.
You got all them in chat and you're stuck with us here.
So
So there's absolutely nothing else in this cellar.
I think
It's pretty empty, I'm afraid, boys. It is a pretty boring,
Is there
uneventful cellar.
anything else in the abbey? Any other rooms that we haven't looked at?
There's another
There's a
building.
whole other building which is probably
Also, we've
twice,
got
if
the
not
main-
3 times
we've
the
got the
size of
main-
this side.
Yeah.
door to go out of to where that thing was on
Oh,
the
the
chain.
things we need to kill them. as
Where
well.
you heard the cries coming from
Yeah.
Yes, we need to go
is
there.
the other wing. You've got whatever is chained up in the middle.
Yeah.
But we can go along the wall
Spider
from
creature.
the bell tower, or we can go out through the main...
But the main gate, the main door is in onto a hallway, from what I remember.
It's into a courtyard.
Courtyard where that thing was chained up.
Courtyard where the
So
spider
you've got,
thing was.
from what you remember outside, you could go in the bottom, or you can. The only way to the upper court sort of curtain wall is through the bit upstairs in here, or maybe a way inside the other building.
It's up to you lot.
If we
Do
go,
we kill
do we
those
want to be a bit
creatures
more
first?
stealthy, or do we want to
In character, in character.
Okay. I'm not sure. How many other evil creatures do you think are around here?
Well,
One that was
we
chained
can
There
up.
are 3 outside.
The 2 that led us in.
There's 2 by the guardhouse. There's
Yeah.
that one chained up, and that one that chains up makes a little noise.
We should get rid of
Chained
him.
up, so it'd be quite easy to kill.
Shall we put them down?
Let's go get rid of
Yeah.
Deal with
To
the
be
one
fair,
that's
they
chained
do,
up.
but-
They
No.
should die.
They're not. My understanding, yes, they're alive, but they shouldn't be.
Not natural.
From the journal, it seems that these creatures wanted to be this way as well. Is it
They were not like basilica, not stitched,
Yeah.
Yes.
grown.
Yes, I agree.
I fear that if his son was up here, he will most likely be parts of one.
Yeah. Did we hear? We heard screaming. You said, and
Every time the bell went, wasn't it?
Every
There
time
was
the
that-
bell went.
There
was that horrible laugh.
Mad laughter.
But we heard like kind of the creatures having a bit of fun.
But would they do it that loud though?
It didn't sound healthy, shall we say?
Right.
Right,
Go and kill it.
let's do it.
We don't want them
Yeah.
running in if they hear
We'll go
us.
through the main courtyard then.
Yes. One at a time. We take them, put them down.
Yeah.
Yep.
Put them to rest. Lay them to rest.
Get out of the cellar.
Head out of the cellar and then go out through the main
Get
gate
our
into
bag
the
of body
courtyard.
parts.
I'll just leave it in there for now and then we'll come back for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure the people of Kresk would like to bury what's left of their people as well, again.
As you open the sort of door coming out of here, it felt cold inside this large room, but the second you open the door, true cold hits you, those who are not used to it. Stepping out into this brisk
I don't have a
wind,
cloak anymore
a
either.
slight
Sorry.
misty snow, the crisp crush of frozen ground underfoot as you step into the courtyard. There's not a silence out here as the wind rushes through your ears, making the noise, but there's no other sound apart from that.
Where is that chained up guy?
Is that still there?
In the middle, chained to a pole still.
Is
Who's
it
going
any-
first?
I'll step out first.
Red will follow.
You wouldn't make it
after.
far before you're noticed.
Is there anyone out, any other creatures I see?
Not
Just
that you've seen.
So, how many feet?
Kill it.
How many feet away is it?
Yeah.
About 30 foot at the moment. Chained.
How
From
long
what you
was-
could saw, it could make it about 15 foot.
Eldritch Blast.
I'm going to. Oh, I was going to use my magic stone.
Yeah, then use your magic stone.
I was going to
Okay.
use my magic stones.
I've literally got my pistols out. I'm just like, they're like
Red's
already like,
picking up
already got,
3
like,
stones,
Yeah.
black
whispers
just
to
whizzing
them,
from them, just like.
and she's going
ready
to
to go.
launch the first pebble at its head, like directly at its head.
Poor creatures.
So let's have a go. That is 16, 19 to hit.
That's a hit, yeah.
And then 1d6 plus 6. 'Cause that is 12. 12 points of damage to the face.
What does the magic stone do?
It literally just 1d6 plus your spellcasting ability modifier.
That's
hit,
amazing.
hit or miss, the spell then ends on the stone. I've got 3 of them.
Oh, that's cool.
She lobs the throat at someone.
So literally she's gone.
Yeet.
That's just a bonus action.
Oh, is it a bonus action?
Yeah.
It is a bonus action, so
So
I
you
can
got
do
a
something
normal
else.
Is it really? No, it can't be. Is it a
think
bonus
you-
action to make it magic?
I think it
and
might be
then-
a bonus action to cast it 'cause it's
Yeah.
a transmutation.
But the cantrip, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
transmutation
yeah.
cantrip.
Yeah, so if it's a bonus action, it's
But is it the bonus action to cast it or to yeet the stone?
it's the same
Cast
thing.
it and
It's
then you
just-
throw it.
because
Okay,
it's
so I could do
instantaneous.
another one.
You can do another.
Cool. Is it chained up?
Yeah.
I'm casting heat metal on the chains.
As it.
Tell me what kind of sausage they'd be.
Bear with me. How much did you hit it for?
It's 12.
I don't know if it's 12
Is
because
it not?
it's your spellcasting
so
wisdom, wouldn't it be?
Oh,
So
No,
it's-
you-
oh, so it's 9 then.
Okay.
Is your proficiency bonus added to that or no?
So
I thought I was reading my spell attack bonus.
The spellcasting ability is
Golemir, we've got Golemir here. It's fine, guys.
okay.
So it's 9 then.
Can they be cast and thrown?
Yeah.
So is that a bonus action to cast and throw?
Yeah.
Bonus action
A bonus action to cast the spell, and then an action to attack.
So cool.
So you still have 2 more of those stones.
And I still have 2 more of them to yeet.
Cast time with 1 bonus action, and you got 1 action as normal. I've got the combat.
But the action was to throw it.
The creature lets out this shrill cry. It sounds incredibly high pitched. It's
That's crime fervent.
sort of at the level where your ears can just hear it. So at points it goes past.
Yeah.
As again you see the creature's face, with part of it being reptilian and these bat-like wings coming out as it charges towards you, but the chain instantly snags its head back as it makes it, as it claws at the air trying to get to you, but it just can't.
Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, give me a roll to hit, please.
18 and 12. Both of them hit?
Yeah.
Cool. So 1d10 twice. So first one does 8 damage, and the next one does 11 damage. So 19 damage in total.
You just turn them into peanut butter. As they both zip out of your fingers towards him, with him being chained to this pole. 2 big strikes as blood sprays out from his broken face, as his eye falls down out of his socket into the ice, as he staggers back, grasping at the air but nothing to grab onto, falling backwards, and blood spurts from him into the white surrounding ground. He did make a cry before he went.
It's fun.
It's cool. I've got 2 more stones.
Right. So you can see across the courtyard now. It leads into another building, longer and thinner than the first one that you've gone into.
Cross to that door.
We need to be careful as we go.
Cross to
2
that
more.
door stealthily.
Well, alert. Stealth doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I think
anymore,
we've lost the element of
Surprise.
You would think so.
Oopsie.
Cross to the door in an alert fashion.
Yes, keep an eye on that.
I'm going to send Eric up to see if he sees any movement from the guardhouse.
What's his perception, please?
His perception would be 17. I don't know if he's got any pluses. He's normally plus. He gives me +3. So will he have +3?
Yeah. So
Yeah, so 20.
20. Yeah. They're moving.
They're moving from the gatehouse.
Not
You can
surprising.
see 2 figures coming.
Yeah.
Shall we
can
ambush
wait.
them?
Let's deal with them now, then
Yeah.
we're done. Yeah.
So we wait by. So it's like a way in, like a gate or something like that.
It's slightly ajar.
We'll wait by the gate for them. As soon as they come in, I'm gonna ready an action. Is that what you can do? Yeah. Ready an action for Sacred Flame.
Nice.
If you let me go by the gate, I can do a cone fire. So they can literally just.
We can all just ready our actions by the gate and just like obliterate.
You plant yourselves by the gate.
And then something comes from behind and kills us.
Kitty and I have not done anything to the tablet.
Did you break the tablet?
No, we haven't.
Did you download Pokemon Go?
No. Better.
Come on.
God, they have broken it. It won't turn on.
Only because you can't work out where the power button is.
Oh, yes. Yes. The glory that is wrong.
Where is it?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing at all.
No.
Fine.
Oh yeah.
They broke it.
Oh, hang on. Go
Get put it to that camera.
What is it?
Sander, is that showing?
It'll be out of focus, but it might show.
Damn it.
No.
Next time.
Right.
I want to know what it was.
You'll find
We'll
out.
find out.
Don't you worry.
I'll find out at the end of the stream when you have a look.
It is the glory that is Rome.
Why do you keep saying that? Like that's relevant at all?
Echo.
Makes him think even funny things.
As you sneak your way towards the front desk, can everyone give me a front door? Can everyone give me a stealth, please?
Hello,
God, I'm being well into it.
I have an appointment with Strahd.
Oh, I got
Are you
disadvantage.
looking
my
through
goodness.
Eric's eyes or your own?
I'm looking through Eric's.
I had disadvantage and I got a 1 for the second one.
21. Just saying. I'm good at something.
I got a 19 and a 1.
How do I get into this?
You can see that.
Nothing.
Nothing at all. I don't know how to lock this now.
It's the button on the side. Sorry, derailing everything.
Thanks. Golemir is just like keeps cheering like an absolute lunatic.
Have we got more things?
Yeah, he's like unlocking special
Emoticons and stuff.
emotes
nice.
for people. It's incredible. I don't know how he even. I didn't know you could do it.
Cool.
You can, from Eric's eyes, you can see the creature that brought you in is actually scaling the wall
No.
from the outside.
Okay. One scale in the wall.
Right.
Do I know which wall it is? So it'd be like, I could just point like that, can't I? I'm just going to get ready for him to come over that wall. Is that? It is about 130 feet away, right? 120 feet?
He would be coming over the wall quite close to where you are. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Come over that way.
Red
One
prepares a stone.
And then the other one's coming the other way, right? Through the gate.
You can see quite carefully the creature you saw is just poking their head over.
Can I see the head?
A head
You
is
can make a
exposed.
shot. Yeah, it would be a hard shot.
I'm going to make a shot.
You'll be at disadvantage.
Oh, nah, I won't. Oh, unless I get Gabriel to dive bomb him. Not
Gabriel to
not
dive bomb him.
Eric to dive bomb him.
Can I see it as well?
It's been pointed out, so yeah.
Yeah,
It was-
okay, then I'm going to cast Sacred Flame because that hits with just a dex save. It's not a targeted thing.
These typical things in chat, they're amazing. You're going to Sacred Flame, so it's just a straight save, is it?
A straight dex save, or half damage. Oh no, sorry, dex or miss.
16?
16, yeah, he's... I missed then.
You invoke the spell.
Yeah.
Unsure if it strikes or not, but you don't get that feeling that you've made a connection with the creature. Anyone else want to do anything?
I'm going to wait by the gate for the one that's coming up that way.
I'm just going to wait for this one
Red's
to come
going to
over
just
the wall.
aim.
He's
And
gonna
wait
come
for it to be a
over.
bit clearer.
The one at the gate pokes their head in the gate. Hood up. This is the one who didn't show you in.
Burning hands.
Yeah. Are you just going to unload loads of spells on them?
Wait, as soon
Okay,
as-
everyone, you can all kind of go at the same time.
Because we prepped.
I'm going to charge it as soon as you set something off.
Yeah. So you can go first, you can go second.
Oh
Yeah.
no, it's gonna
I'm just
be
waiting
the
for the
sun,
one to
isn't
go
it?
over the wall.
Yeah. Right, so it's
We
a
haven't
save,
seen
isn't
this
it?
one's face.
Burning
It's gonna be the
hands,
sun.
dex.
Yeah,
Oh, well.
no, it's a fail.
Shouldn't look like that.
3d6.
3, 4, and 1. So 8.
8 fire.
Fire damage.
Yeah.
Do you roll any ones?
Oh yes, I reroll 1 because it's fire.
That's a 6.
So 4, 6, 7, 8, 13.
Is the door wood?
Yeah, but it's seasoned cold foggy wood. It's not gonna.
But I do
Wetwood.
ignite any flammable objects in the area that aren't being worn or carried.
Any flams?
Okay.
Any flag.
Anything slam. That's somehow a really horrible word.
You
I don't enjoy it.
You don't feel that it was enough to catch the gate on fire, but it's definitely smoking. If another fire attack was to hit it, it probably
The
would
gate
be
would be
enough.
up. Cool.
I'm going to launch my other magic rock at whichever one.
There's one just poked his head through.
Yeah,
You'll have
go for it.
disadvantage on him.
What about the other one?
He's gone back now.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I'll go for it. So we go. So that's a crit. 6, 7, 8.
So it
Damn
comes in, and as the rock flies up towards him, it would have been such a beautiful shot, but it just clicks the edge of the wall and flies off.
Yeah.
Constance?
I'm going to chase down the one that came through the gate.
Yeah, just run into him.
Just run into him.
Yeah.
He's the one who's still got the hood up, right?
Yeah. You'll reach him.
And then I want to rip the hood off.
Okay. Yeah, give me an attack on him, please.
Crit.
Well tonight.
Wow. You got a nice
So that automatically does.
How do you want to do this? That'll be enough to knock
damage.
him. How do you want to do this?
Can I rip his head
XP
thing?
hog.
Yeah, you pull it back.
What does he look like?
You
that all
can
the seven then?
see a creature with a lizard reptilian, not like Jakul with scales. This is like snake-like and very, very close fitting in a holding the cloak back. At first, you would think it's a heavily bearded man, but it's not. You can see the fur coming back now from the face. The eyes, the right eye is that of a snake, and the left eye looks human-ish. His left hand looks almost heavily burnt for a second until you look at it, and it's very fine black and red, almost like a feline fur to it, but very, very short.
I'm going to just go pull up my sword from the scabbard so
He
it
looks,
glows.
as he's kind of jumped back from this blast of flames coming in, and then this half-orc paladin jumping forwards. How do you do it?
Headshot.
Yeah.
Just
A slit or a...
What's with a glowing sword?
Oh yes, a light, isn't it?
Yeah. I'll just try and make it as clean as possible.
Give me damage then, and if you roll really high...
D6.
So it's
Well, you got a crit, so it's already.
one max and another max.
And another max.
Max on your max.
So
So
maximum
that's 12
damage.
plus 10, so that's 22 points of damage in one swing.
And for my second attack.
Rubbish. It's supposed to be scary. Yeah, you jump forward, and in one clean movement after taking the hood down, and this look of surprise as a yell comes to the lips as the sword, as the mouth still cries to cry out, but you've got the, you'd have the hood.
Yeah.
So you hold the body up as the head tumbles to the side, and blood sprays partially over you, and also the floor and walls and door.
Oh wow. So it's like a full-on Kill Bill style.
Mixture of burnt fur and burnt clothing, and fur that hasn't been washed fills your nose, and then the telltale signs of blood.
Yum. Yummy.
The one on the roof lets out a cry of alarm.
You would.
And is gonna try and bolt. You can see from Eric's trying to climb down the other side to escape. No, would actually runs along the wall, so you'll probably get a shot on him as he does.
Yeah.
He won't, and is going to try and get in the top towards the Abbot's place.
The one that we've just left.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna. Eldritch Blast. This is the best one I can do. Oh no. The first beam is a 8 plus 7, so 15. And the second beam is a 16 plus 7, so...
There's 2 hits. Your 2 beams blast into him, sending him spinning on the icy top.
8 plus 3, so 11 points of damage on the first one, and then 12 points of damage on the second one. So
as you take him in the shoulder,
25.
sends him spinning on the icy roof as he tumbles down, starts to fall off, and the second beam actually takes him mid-air, pushing him backwards into the wall as his body crumples and falls down into the courtyard. A sickening crunch of someone falling unconscious to the floor head first, as a neck is definitely snapped, and this poor, defenceless, innocent, friendly, polite, well-spoken creature.
Look towards the building that we haven't been into.
Yeah.
Head straight for the door.
You can see this one more like a donkey's tail and like a donkey's face coming down.
Was that the one that hit the deck?
Yeah. His ears almost dog-like, and one of his feet heavily. There's wolf-like creature to it, but it's not. It's something from that family.
Okay.
I'm assuming Red would take these creatures being an absolute travesty.
Yeah. They're not they're not natural.
No.
So in her mind, they don't belong.
No.
I think like Jakul would be roughly the same way. Like they aren't a beautiful thing. Like
they're pretty ugly. Yeah. the one that was playing decent music, I could maybe let it live, but
Then it had a baby face and a proper face.
Yeah.
That messed me up.
As you swing the door open, you can see it opens into what is now like a foyer. The building itself is one long corridor with 4 rooms on either side of it as you go in, all equal squares. As you immediately go in, you get the feeling that this used to be an office. This room is cold, not from the wind, but just the brickwork. Just being near it, you can feel it radiating cold, just sucking the heat out. As you enter and kind of come forwards a little bit, you can see a staircase sort of behind you going up. And you can hear the low murmuring laughter and chatter, jibes, some animal-like noises of what can only be described as a madhouse.
Oh God, there's going to be tons of them.
A mixture of infighting and bickering, talking to themselves, talking to who knows what.
From upstairs or from
No, from
before
the
on?
long corridor going down the middle.
It's going to be like a
As you kind of
cells.
look down this corridor, you can see 4 barred doors on either side.
so there's 8, or is there 8 in total?
So if the room was kind of this way, you guys have kind of come in here. You've got a staircase here, and then a long corridor going down the middle, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4.
In total.
8, right. So we're opening all these rooms up, are we?
The barred doors, we can look through them before we decide to open them.
Yeah.
Are they like doors with metal bars across them, or do you mean as in metal bars?
Metal barred doors.
To be fair,
Oh,
if
so
they're
you can't
barred,
see in them?
No, you can't see them.
Oh, you can.
If they're barred, why don't we do upstairs first? Let's say that out, Gabriel, because these aren't going anywhere. If we go in, something may escape behind us.
Yes, if they are locked, then
You can hear the murmurings are getting louder and louder in here. The laughter, the begging, the pleading for food coming from multiple directions now. And as soon as one starts it, another one echoes it, and then another one echoes it. And before you know what happened, you can hear this manic laughter coming from in here, mixed with animal noises, as if you were in the zoo and it was feeding time. Some roaring, some crying, as now they begin to echo each other.
You're right.
As far as we can see, that corridor just ends. There's no further door beyond.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go up.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Going up the stairs.
As you Mick.
Is it a double door or a single door that we just came through?
Just a single.
Is there a handle that I can put my
it's a
stuff
latch
through?
kind of thing.
It's a latch.
Oh, movable stuff.
Which way does it open, in or out?
Out.
So we brought it towards us to get in.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
Yeah.
You can put stuff outside, it'll be fine.
Yeah, fine. On we go.
You've got the cast darkness today.
Yeah, I do.
Up we go.
Yeah.
What's upstairs?
As you make your way up, there's a wall behind you, splitting this into into half, but you can't find a way to go back into the bottom south side. To the north side, there's a couple of broken windows. There's a wooden counter in here. Various, again, probably was an office of some description, but long rotted. Moulded wood and faded cloth fills this room.
Search it.
You can hear the whoops and screams now coming from below you as they've kind of hit fever pitch, crying and begging for food.
So from the way the structure is, it's kind of split, but we can't get to the other side.
You can see a door to the left, which will take you back into the main walk, the bit outside. And there is a room to the right.
We'll search this area, then we'll go for that room.
Yeah.
Right.
What do we got?
You have a look in here. It doesn't look like anyone's really been in here for quite a while. It's old, rotting, that kind of smell of cold, dry cloths. No one's touched for years. You can see a room round to the right.
Open the door.
Yeah. Opens into a spacious chamber. Bigger. At one point, maybe a hospital or somewhere for some people to sleep. But now all you can see are the bed frames made of iron, the wood long rotted, the sheets fallen down or taken somewhere else. Cobwebs and bits of rot of mattress cling to the frames, but it's been a long time since anyone slept here. Along the south wall here you can see 3 separate doors, all of them currently shut. From here you can see along them operating room, nursery and morgue, the last one.
Okay, open the first door.
Operating room.
Operating room.
Operating room, yeah.
Pardon?
Operating room.
Yeah. What sort of, how are you walking in?
That's a good question.
I just opened the door, so I'll be first with my shield.
I'll be behind you.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be third, yeah.
I'll be keeping an eye on the stairs behind us.
Yeah.
Red's like right next to Constance.
Oh, hello.
Literally just poke out from under the shield.
As you walk in and you walk in and you walk in and you start stepping forwards. Constance, give me a D20.
17.
Something doesn't feel right. Something feels very off in here. Something feels very wrong. Completely and utterly wrong. You keep going.
Detect magic. Detect divine sense, rather.
Do you stop and do it, or do you keep going?
I stop and do it as soon as getting that sense.
You get that
I walk
feeling.
into your bag.
Yeah.
As you walk into the back of, and you stop and focus. At first, there's nothing as you look around. Then you detect undead, more undead, 2, 3, 4, 5. The door slams shut. And can everyone give me initiative?
So the 3 of them
So
are
it's just the
inside,
3 of
yeah.
us.
Okay.
Oh, shh.
18.
My initiative is 1, so I hope
I'll
you guys.
give you advantage on the initiative.
9.
3, so. Plus, and that's -1, so that's a 2, guys. That's
I'm
a
on
2.
14.
You're not in
10.
the room.
I know, but we still got asked to roll it.
9.
Red?
18.
Okay, so
I'm glad you were
The ones outside are on it.
I'm going to eat less than inside people.
Hey, give me those beans.
what did you get, Gabriel?
I've got 14. Plus 7 on mine, I love it.
Jackal,
10.
Hesia,
9. No, 8. Yeah, no, 9. I was right. Yeah, 9's right.
So 4 was it? 5, 6, 7.
I've missed someone. Who have I missed? Red, Gabriel, Jackal, Hesia, Constance last.
Constance got 2.
She's lost. We can usually.
I love undead.
1 second.
They're my favourite.
I would be decent against these.
Things that are supposed to be dead. That
I was in that room.
Alas, you are lost.
Someone got like a pinky stuck in the door.
Turn dead.
So we've currently got Constance with her shield and us two, like,
behind it.
You had your shield out ready, didn't you?
How big is this room?
It's quite long, but not that wide.
Okay.
So it's probably about 60 foot long, but only about 30 foot wide.
Great place for a firefight. Good.
This is wood. This is a wooden
from
build.
under beds attached to actual walls, where at first you just thought it was a natural shadow, with none of you walking in with lights. You wouldn't have known otherwise. Peel off and come darting towards you from different directions.
Draw my sword.
The light in here, the temperature drops instantly. All of you feel an unnatural chill run through you.
Her sword is lit.
Oh yes, you
I'm going to draw it now.
draw it now.
For like dramatic techno.
Would you? As one of them comes flying towards you, and with surprising dexterous ease, you manage to sidestep it. And then another one. What is your AC?
AC of Constant is 19. No, Siri. I don't want that.
An AC.
12.
15.
I'm squidgy.
Did you have a weapon?
AC 19 as well.
Yeah.
Spear.
That's nice.
Okay. In their haste, I'm getting rid of this dice. This
Just have naughty dice.
I rolled 2 1s. 2.
I think
It's a shame they don't have a halfling.
Another one?
This game's rubbish.
I don't want to play no more.
that was seriously 6 attacks.
0 hits.
Nothing. Nothing
Clearly,
at all.
these zombies are stupid.
We're on it.
Are they shadows or zombies?
We're not trapped in here with them.
They're trapped in here with us.
It's time.
Just crack knuckles.
What even is this?
Broken dice. Send them back.
They come from everywhere in all directions, flashing out of the woodwork and zooming towards you, but with Constance half a second of warning, knowing something wasn't right and just stopping. Just for a heartbeat was enough to throw them off. But now there are 6 shadows around you, reaching out, trying to touch you anywhere they can. But
Am I?
somehow failing.
They can't touch you.
Red, it is your turn.
I'm going to cast Thunderwave, so I'm going to step under the shield, so I'm in front of these two, and I'm going to cast Thunderwave outwards.
Forwards. You'll probably catch the 3 which are on...
Fantastic, that's 3 less to worry about.
Yep.
So I'm going to cast Thunderwave.
Do they get a save against it?
They get a Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, they'll take 2d8 and a push 10 feet away.
What sort of damage is it?
It's thunder damage.
Okay.
You don't need to roll.
Oh, you don't need to roll.
Okay.
It's just for damage.
Give me the damage, please.
2d. Where's my 8 gone?
What sort of save was it?
Oh, thank you.
Constitution.
It's Constitution save, and it will be 14 for them to save.
Yeah, I'm okay with 2.
That's 10 thunder damage. Any that were successful get half as much and aren't pushed away.
You jump in front, and then with a ripple that just shakes the building, quieting those screams downstairs momentarily, but they start up again. As it ripples out of you, as you see like a sound wave erupt from your form, 2 of them don't seem that affected. One of them does get pushed back, but with them having no solid form, a lot of the energy just travels straight through them, having very little effect. Still, one of them takes the full whack and is pushed back, and you see the sort of edges of the shadow. A bit of the darkness escapes into the room, definitely. They're not hugely tough creatures, but it didn't have as much effect as you think it would have against something with flesh and blood. Gabriel, currently locked outside.
All I would hear with the door closed and that thunder wave, I'd be like...
Oh yeah, a deafening blast coming from inside.
You could probably guess from that
Yeah.
We're in trouble.
things aren't good.
I'd run over to where Jackal is and try and open the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You put your hand to the handle. It is deadly cold. Give me a strength check, please.
Well,
Your hand is stuck to the thing.
20.
What even is
I rolled an 8. Oh, no, not 20. 17. Because I'm -1.
Yeah, it's enough. You managed to put your shoulder to it, but that is your turn as you ram the door open, almost taking it off its hinges as it smashes open. You see the scene in front of you, almost like a little island of humans in the middle, or humanoid figures, completely surrounded by shadows moving around them.
You just hate undead so much. So much.
Jackal, your turn.
I can see through the door now and everything.
Are you rejecting
The door is open.
Are you rejecting this beam?
You can have that bean.
Thank you.
I'm gonna cast Turn Undead then.
Marshmallow.
I'm not entirely sure how it works, Turn Undead, but yes.
Do you want me to...
Turn
Turn them around the other way.
Yes.
They all run away from you, don't
It
they?
depends on their level, doesn't it?
I think you should look at the tablet.
I think it's something to do with... Yeah.
What a great tablet that is
Fucking best talent.
It's amazing.
that we've customised.
Okay, so I think it's become
Oh, fucking hell.
Destroy Undead CR 1/2, which I don't know what that means.
Challenge rating, half of your... so half your level, half of your level will be destroyed. Anything above half your level has an effect on it, from my understanding.
Okay.
So what does it do, sir?
So it's because I'm over 5th level, it's Destroy Undead CR 1/2.
And we're level 7, so that's...
So
Oh, look at that lip together.
So do they get a save against it?
I don't know. I only got
He's
5th
funny
level.
enough.
Classes.
Here we go, I've got it on D&D Beyond.
Not now. Features.
Destroy Undead. Fails a saving throw against your turn feature.
Yeah, it's the Turn Undead feature.
Here we go, Turn Undead. As an action, you present your holy symbol and speak a prayer. Each undead that can see or hear within 30 first must take a wisdom saving throw.
If the creature fails to save in its turn for a
So
minute
a
or
wisdom.
damage.
Okay, 1 second. Bloody hell, that's
But it
strong.
would
But
be
then you've got Destroy Undead now.
Yeah,
because
so
it's CR 1/2. So if they're less than half my level, they get
So
obliterated.
if they're levels 3 or lower.
Okay, here we go.
Then they just get.
Alright, the first tree. So what am I? Is it 14?
Yes. 14
what's
is
your
target.
What's your say? Yeah.
Spell DC is
Yeah.
14, yeah.
Days.
Were they below level 3?
I hate this game. How'd you do it?
You got to present your holy symbol and say a prayer.
Grab out my mirror and the light reflects off of the sword in front of me, catching my face and projecting my beauty into the room.
Silver shimmery light.
Silver light reflecting off of me. And I say a prayer soon and begone these evil creatures. And,
As the mirror comes up, a beacon shines through it. Anyone in front, you feel the room heat up momentarily. As 1, 2, 3, 4, the shadows just erupt and are left for dust. And if they save against it, they're okay.
They're okay, I believe.
A turn creature, a wisdom saving throw. The creature fails its saving throw. Yeah, so there are 2 of them, and I'll do 2d6 for which are brilliant. The one who saved was the one you knocked further back. Being a bit further away from the turn-in seems to have been a blessing for that shade. And the other one is the one who attacked Constance, is still alive.
Okay.
Hessia,
They must be.
it's your turn.
oh, I was hoping to get rid of them before fire came out.
Please say Jackal says that.
How many have we got left?
There's 2. There's one who took the full blast from the...
Yeah.
And one which is on Constance,
You're immune
who
to fire,
has taken...
I am immune to fire.
right? So you could set a fireball on your feet and you get rid of everything around.
I mean, this is quite a wooden room, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the other one
I have
was
learnt my lesson from the printing press.
one who got hit by the thunder wave, so has taken a bit of damage. There's one who is more hurt and one who's a little bit hurt.
I'm going to defy expectations. I'm going to go for the classic witch bolt. We haven't had a witch bolt for a long time. And it feels safer in this confined space.
Dancy witchiness.
I don't think...
So it's what sort of save is it?
I don't think it is. I think it's just roll to hit.
Oh no, yeah, it's a roll to hit from you, isn't it? Okay.
So it's +6. Dice. 7 + 6, 13.
Yes, it's a hit. Give me some damage, only just.
Is which bolt? 1d12. But I can keep it going for
every round, can't you?
As long as I want.
Yeah, I like it.
3.
Brilliant. That's the joy of D12. You're either the hero and you're like, yes.
Or it's like
0.
I'm helping.
Is it more of a cough? Just.
But you've connected to this creature, and you feel what sort of damage is it? Psychic.
Lightning.
Oh no.
Oh.
Again, although you've got the connection and the coming from your fingers or your mind, with it having no form and no substance, it's not very effective against it. Constance.
As a bonus action, I'm going to cast Shield of Faith on Hesia.
Seems nice.
Out of memory of the last time. Which gives you a +2 bonus to your AC for the next 10 minutes.
Nice.
Thank you.
And I'm just going to attack whatever I can see in front of me.
Yep. You've got one right on top of you and one which was not bad.
Yeah, the closest.
Yeah, give me a roll to hit, please. And for the first strike, the sword is lit.
13.
Yeah, it's a hit.
Is it?
Yeah. Well, the first round, it's lit up from the scabbard, isn't it?
Sure. That's a 1 + 5, so that's 6. And second attack.
Yeah. Yes, please.
That's a 2 + 6, so 8.
The first strike comes in, and with the sword lit up, slices cleanly through the creature of shadow, and actually slices one of the limbs as the shadow falls to the floor and dissipates. As you turn the blade, you can already see the light dissipating from it. It doesn't last long at all. As you bring it back across, and where the creature was, it no longer is. And the blade's like Strahd. They are not going to run. They are going to. I think it's going to be random who they attack.
What are you going to be in?
6. Brilliant. I'll pick. That'll be one on Constance, the one you just hit.
Okay.
And the second one. 2. Jackal. So the shadows dive and dodge through combat very, very quickly. Ooh, 18?
Yeah, that hits me, yeah.
No, that's...
No.
Which is 19.
19.
Everyone's...
Paladins, man.
Let me just see if I've got +1 from anywhere. Nope, only +1 to hit. And 14.
16 armor, so... You put them the wrong way around.
As they come diving forwards, but because they've not got the numbers on you now, and because you're prepared for them, they have very little effect. It is your turn, Red. You are first. So there is one on Jackal who is just behind you, and one on Red who is... sorry, one on Constance who is just to your side.
In which case, I'm going to use my bonus action to cast the Shillelagh cantrip on my staff, which is strapped to the back.
Shillelagh.
It took me a while to work out how to pronounce it. It's like Shillelagh.
Yeah.
I'm going to cast that, so that imbues the staff with magic. And I'm going to go for the one that's on Jackal. Let's give it a go. I'm going to re-roll that. That was 1.
Nice.
17.
Yeah, it's a hit.
And that is... Where's that?
I think it becomes a D10.
Spellcasting ability instead of strength for the attack. Damage roll, D8.
Oh, D8. But instead of using your strength, you use
Instead of strength, I'll use wisdom, so it'll be +3. So that is 6 points of magic damage.
You feel as this weapon strikes in that it's not dissipated by anything. You wouldn't expect it, but there's a connection as the weapon strikes down, and it's like striking something solid. Gabriel.
There's
two, and they both look pretty.
I'm going to use Chill Touch on
Lich Slap.
Lich Slap. The one. Is there one further away than the other? Or are they both?
One on Constance is a little bit further.
I'm going to go for the one on Jackal.
Yeah, is it a hit or a save?
It is. You create a skeletal hand in the space.
It's a hit.
You make
roll
a
to
range attack. Yeah, roll a hit. That will be a 14 plus 7.
And that's a hit.
I do.
Is it necrotic damage?
It is necrotic damage.
Okay.
It does 2 points of necrotic damage, but it cannot regain hit points until the start of my turn, and the hand clings onto the target. If you hit a undead target, it is also disadvantaged on attack rolls against you until the end of the next turn. So it has disadvantage against me until the next turn.
Lovely. The damage itself doesn't really seem to have any effect on it.
No.
As you feel the connection and push this magic from you into the hand, as you very briefly see this kind of skeletal ghost-like hand grab onto it. But as you push, there's no...
No.
And Jackal.
Just don't want it regaining any.
So there's one right on me.
you.
Okay, that's the axe out then, my Bane axe. I'm going to slash it with the Bane axe.
Yep, give me a roll to hit, please.
What's the plus? 15.
Yep, that's a hit. Give me some damage. It'll probably do it unless you roll very low.
D8's the diamondy looking one.
This one?
Yep.
7 damage.
Nice, yeah, enough. A clean swipe through it. As you see, Red has come round with this big magical staff stroke club. And you come in from the other side as the shadow turns briefly to see what hit it. And it's an easy kill. It puts up very little defence. There's nothing to parry, it's just a big swing straight through it. Hesia, there's one on Constance.
Presumably I can feel that the witch bolt isn't really doing...
And if you feel it's having an effect, so you can do that first if you want, the damage from that, because you're just concentrating to keep it up, aren't you?
Yeah, so I either keep it going or I cut it off to do something else.
You can still do something else.
Can I do both?
Yeah, it's only concentration. You can remember, you can only have one concentration spell active.
Yeah.
But you can, now that you've got Witch Bolt up...
Well, if it's on it, then I might as well...
Yeah, do you want to do the damage for that? If you roll really high on this, it might...
8.
4... Not quite. You feel it's as close to death as it could possibly be without quite being dead.
Yeah. And I can do...
Anything?
A bonus action.
No, anything.
Any action you want.
You haven't used anything.
Yeah, you've not used anything.
Kick it, go on, kick it.
You have your crossbow still, did that break?
I know I still have a crossbow.
Oh, then again, wait.
But your chances are that with it being shadow and being on Constance, I can see how this could go wrong. Is it worth dropping Witch Bolt for something else?
You can keep it up, because you can concentrate on one spell.
Yeah.
It's up to you. So you could just firebolt it if you wanted to, for example. That wouldn't.
Well, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, you wouldn't lose Witch Bolt for that.
Oh, well, no. Oh, okay.
No.
Witch Bolt is a concentration.
Yeah.
So it's only if you say you cast invisibility, that concentration would cancel out that
right, okay.
concentration.
In that case, yeah, give it a firebolt. Why not? Which is, again, a roll to hit and 1d10.
Yeah, give me a...
Roll to hit?
Yes, please, Bosh.
16.
That's a hit. Give me some damage.
What did I... Oh, 2d10, sorry. 5.
A minimum of 2 damage, then.
9, 10, 11, 12. 12 fire. Yeah, boy!
As you invoke it, at first, Constance, you're taken back because this bolt of fire just comes out of nowhere and seems to strike nothing. Just strike the darkness. But it... sorry. Very quickly becomes apparent that it is striking this shadow as it just dissipates in front of your very eyes.
Just so you're left with this vision of Hesia on fire on the other side of the shadow.
Thanks.
The chill in here dissipates slightly.
Oh, nice. Toasty.
Slightly. Not
Feels
entirely.
not warm, not comfortable, but not as cold as it was.
I'm going to put my sword away and then pull it out again.
Oh, we never decided what happened.
How long does the sword
I'm going to test
light
it.
stay lit?
I'm going to put it away and
It
then...
lasts until one hit.
But let me try and see whether the fridge
No,
lights.
it doesn't light up straight away. Okay. Maybe if you left it in a minute or so, it might.
Yeah, right. I'll leave it in for a bit. If it doesn't go straight away, I'll be like, oh, fine, go away.
Search your room.
Yeah.
Yep, that's so you've just got this huge. What now you're in it is very clearly a hospital ward type affair. You can see these metal framed beds, places where notes could be kept, where a nurse of some description could stay. As you take a second, you can almost see how it could have been at its best. But unfortunately, it's a long, long time since this has been used for anything like that. So we've got the free...
We've got 2 more rooms, don't we?
There's nothing in there of any. It's just the beds.
3 beds and 3 rooms to the south. So you've got the operating room.
No, but so the operating room just had the beds and nothing.
Oh
else.
no! So you've got a door to the operating room, the nursery, and the morgue. You've not opened those doors yet.
Oh, I
so
thought
this
we
was like the main ward room where these creatures.
okay.
So as Constance started walking across this room, is when the door behind slammed.
I thought we were in the operating room.
Oh, sorry, no, you didn't make it to the door. Sorry.
Okay.
Ah.
Let's go to the operating room then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy, what could be in there?
Would somebody like to hold the door as we go in?
Sure.
Somebody
Someone
strong.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think the
I just-
formation
I
worked
just
very well
wiggled-
last time, Red.
I just
I think
wiggled
we
it.
should just be under here if that's okay.
I'll just wiggle the staff. Like, cool. I can hold the door open.
Okay.
How long did my +2 armor last for?
10 minutes.
Okay, so I've still got a while on that.
Who's opening the door?
Me.
The door creaks open on its cobwebbed and rusted hinges.
I was waiting for someone to do that.
You can see an old, thick wooden table here. There are some cuts in the table. There's a deep, deep blood soaked through the slab of wood itself. The floor, you can see the stains of blood there, but it looks ancient beyond words. That seems to be all that's here. There is a knife towards the side on a separate table.
No.
Is it a nice looking knife?
I cast Divine Sense as soon as through the door.
No, you're not really picking up.
Detect magic.
Again,
You still have that sacrificial
I
dagger.
still
from the
have that
murder house.
sacrificial dagger in my bag, yeah.
Dagger that made you
That
do
detect
stuff.
magic lasts
Yeah.
for 10 minutes, by the way.
Yeah.
Dagger
So
that
I
you tried
just
to
see
stab with
anything
daggers.
that's magical.
Yeah.
As you
That's a
stand
good stuff.
at the door, no one really willing to go in or stepping into this room, invoking your abilities to test and see what's going on, you don't get the feeling that there is anything in here.
Red's going to
I'll step
cast
forward.
Produce Flame just to add a bit of light to the room and step under the shield.
Yeah.
I'll go forward.
You step in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Squishies first.
Go and
Actually, I'm not
investigate the
that
room.
squishy.
You're in the room.
I've got 51 hit points.
Yeah, you got more health than me.
The blood is long dried. It looks like it had been tried to be cleaned up countless times, but just like anywhere that's going to be used heavily and have hurt or bleeding people, eventually over time it's going to stain. You would assume that is what has happened here.
And the knife is just a knife. It doesn't look
It
fancy.
just seems to be
Not magical.
rusted now.
Okay, no, she wouldn't pick that up. Doesn't look expensive.
No, definitely not. A practical thing.
Next room.
Yeah. Red's going to probably do a little walk around in case there's anything
No,
to
I've
see.
just done that.
No?
Yeah.
No. You can see the remains of what may have been a bucket at some point, a couple of sticks that a lifetime or 10 lifetimes ago may have been used to mop up in here, but now it is long gone.
Next room? Nursery? Is it nursery now?
Oh.
Nursery.
As you
Sounds fun.
make your way out, close the door behind you or leave it open. Who's the last
Leave it
one out of
open.
the room?
I'll leave it open.
Yeah.
I'll be the last one because I was waiting with the staff just in case I had the equilibrium. by then.
Yep.
I'll leave it open. And I'll leave the room.
Next room.
The nursery. You can see and hear old cribs, wrecked now by time as well. As you just cast your eye over the room, nothing really jumps out at you.
Literally or metaphorically.
Forward.
Pardon?
Forward.
As you step in, who's going in?
Red's going in with the light. Oh, the dream
I'm just
team
by the
again.
door.
The same team.
Of course I'll go in.
Literally
Worked
my arms
out
by the
fine
door
last
like
time.
There's a window here which wasn't in the previous room. Hessia, as your gaze glances to the window, you see someone in the reflection, someone's hand coming towards your throat as you turn. And there's just no one there.
Jump backwards like I did when I saw the body, that same reaction. Make a little grab for
What?
I thought I saw something in the window.
Is there anything there?
Go over across to the window, just to check. No, there's nothing. No.
Can you see outside? What do you see?
The glass is dirty and filthy from the outside and in from generations of neglect. The frame wooden but holding the painting still. We wouldn't want to touch it really. It looks like a stiff breeze could knock it out.
Matt says that Lich Slaps should be sung to the tune of Love Shack. I think we should all now do it
Lich
from
Shack,
now on.
baby.
Yeah, it really isn't a chill touch, is it?
No.
Baby.
It's not cold, it's not a touch, it's not...
It's neither cold nor touch.
But it brings the chill of the grave, apparently.
Lich Slap is much more accurate.
Yeah. Let's try the operation room then.
Yeah.
Operating room.
Yeah. That's what
Same order?
We've been into
No, right, the morgue.
Yeah.
the morgue.
That sounds like a safe place to go.
Same formation as last
Same
time.
formation.
Same
as last
formation,
time.
it worked.
Me hanging back, not
Yeah.
touching anything.
Someone holding the door open.
Yep.
Yeah.
As you open the door, there's not a lot in here. It seems quite empty. The window is actually open as the air hits you from outside. You can see places where it may have been possible to store bodies, but now long rotted. On the windowsill, its head at a slight angle, sits a raven. So it just looks at you.
Is that one of yours, Gabriel?
Don't believe he's one of mine.
One of the Wizards of Wine.
I think I can talk to ravens through Eric.
Can you?
Red reaches out telepathically to it. Basically, just try to figure out if it's just a raven or if it's something a bit. If it's like one of
It's a
his
Wizard of
things,
Wine.
or if
What are
it's
you
one
trying
of
to say
the.
to it?
Wait,
What image do you give it?
Sort of like a questioning prod. Like, what are you?
How would you put that across in an image?
So it's more a feeling of like the idea of something like pressing on its mind.
Okay. You get the image back of it flying over the top of Wizards of Wine.
Nah.
Yeah.
There.
So Red will say it's from Wizards of Wine.
Why is it here?
How are they here?
Checking in on us, maybe?
Maybe. Right, well, this upstairs cleared then.
There's nothing else in this room?
Go deal with downstairs.
No? Okay.
Send a message that we're fine.
She'll send a message, picture basically of them as they look.
Okay. There was a room here that you didn't search, which was sort of because you'd been outside and looked, you would have seen from outside. You can see two doors. So you'd have to kind of go out and then down and round to get into it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like, you have to go out onto the battlement wall and then across.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do that.
Let's do that before we go to deal with the downstairs lot.
Yeah.
Out we go.
Yeah.
Out and across.
Who's going
Is the
first?
raven still there, or is it
Same for me.
fluttered off?
Flutters off and perches on one of the scarecrows outside.
Keep the same formation. It's a
Same
winning,
formation.
it's a winning formation.
combo.
Yeah.
We hide and throw things from behind.
Put the squidgies in the middle.
Actually, that Squidgy, I've got more hit points than Jakul.
Yeah.
I'm super squidge.
From up here, you can see the mongrel folk you killed outside. The one in the centre, which was zapped. The one who hit the wall and slid down. The one near the doorway. You can see the sort of blood on the frosted ground quite clearly now from up here. As you go round, can everyone give me a perception?
22.
18.
22.
23, should I say?
I got.
6.
I'm on -1, but I got a 19.
17.
Fair play.
23.
You can hear the telltale signs of a foot tapping from inside the next room. A gentle humming sounds female. That's about all you've got.
Are there any windows or anything? Is it just a door?
Just a door.
Does it go in or out?
I reckon out.
It goes up.
Yeah.
You have to lift it.
It would come out. It'd be like a front door, wouldn't it?
There's one in there.
There's someone in there.
I open the door.
Yeah, formation, go.
Accelerate shield out.
We're one up to studio.
Red and Hessia behind the shield.
As your eyes quickly dart around from left to right, you can see bunk beds spread here. There's some few rags in here, but this room's much better kept than the other ones you've seen. But your vision darts to the person in the room. Not classically attractive, but not unattractive. Currently sat down on a chair as you open the door. You can see wearing long, what are the traveller people called? Vistani style trousers of a bright purple, a long red jacket coming down to her boots underneath, but the jacket comes to the shoulders, then large matching red gloves with a white shirt underneath. She's very sharply dressed.
I like that.
A red bandana keeping her long curly black hair out of her head. As you come to the door, you can see on the table in front of her, she's idly been sharpening a rapier of quite nice design. She snatches it, rolls backwards off the chair and up to her feet, and eyes frantically search the room.
Oh, this is unexpected.
Hello.
Just Jack will say that. That's unexpected.
Yep, that's what I said.
Okay, what you say is what you say.
Who are you?
Do you like Dag? Harrison Dag.
No, she's not being Irish. Because I've dropped it too much.
Do you like Dags?
Do you like that? No, I'm not doing Irish. She's not going to be Irish.
Don't do Welsh because Kitty will kill you.
No, it's fine. You can call me Welsh. There's 3 buzz phrases, right?
Yep.
So, whose coat is that jacket? Right. Are you reading that paper you're sitting on? And Mammy, I want another ice cream.
What's my favourite one?
What was the name of that really Welsh
I never-
soldier that Strahd had? Remember?
If you can guess how many coins I've got in my hand, I'll let you have both of them.
What was it? There was one that was like super Welsh.
It was like, cool.
I think she's just going to speak in my normal female voice.
Okay, fine. Hello.
She stands in a...
Alec William. Alec William.
She stands in an on guard, but you can see from her stance she's used to having 2 weapons rather than 1 drawn. As she looks around from each of you in turn. And pauses for a second. So repeat what you asked her.
Who are you?
A slight twist and tip of her head. Esmeralda de Avenir. And who may you be? As she kind of leads with the rapier and almost a shrug and points it towards you, Constance.
We haven't really settled on a group name yet.
We're a group of friends.
We are friends.
This is
I burned her clothes at one time.
Is that our group name now? Jakul.
Jakul, the accused. I point at large.
Jakul, the ill-accused.
Falsely accused.
Falsely accused, that's the one.
My name is Constance. What are you doing here?
I could ask the same of you.
Well, one of us isn't in a cell.
From looking around, this is more of a guard's room.
Right.
The door wasn't locked, was it?
Nope.
Oh, okay. One of us isn't working here, I guess.
One of us is definitely intruding. It's us.
Are you Gustav the Abbot as well?
Yeah.
We were.
Were?
Sadly, the Abbot is no more.
So, how does this go? Do we talk? And she kind of gestures with her sword to go to put it away. Or is it something else?
You seem to be Fistani, so I guess we talk.
Good, then...
Yeah, I'll put my axe away and my shield on the back. Sure.
I've got nothing to show.
Red just lowers the tip of the spear, but doesn't let go.
And you?
I've only got a shield up. I haven't got a sword up, so I just sort of lower it slightly.
Pushes back this kind of long coat and sheaths it. You can see she's wearing a belt around her waist. A number of different places where she can put. You see 2 other weapon slots where she can hang stuff from it, and a number of little pouches, potion box, stuff like that around her belt. Most of it's not there, but you can see some of her bits and bobs are about the room, and there is a chest in here as well. She slowly puts the sword away. Then come in, close the door. Just call it out.
We have to deal with the things in the bottom of this place before too much talking.
Deal with?
Put down.
Released from their torment.
No, see.
They shouldn't exist.
There's a lot here that should not exist.
That is true.
Very much so.
They will wait. Why are you in a rush?
They are locked in their cells.
Because we are still looking for at least evidence of the sun, are we not?
Yeah, that's true.
Looking for evidence of the sun.
The son of the Burgermeister. Kreskov.
What happened to him?
He came up here 6 weeks past. And hasn't been seen since.
I've only been here a few weeks. If that's...
Why is it you came here?
No, that is a question. And yourselves?
A long story.
Then, join me.
Fine.
Your names, I did not get them all.
Red.
Just Red?
Long Stride.
Jakul, Belthorn, man.
Hessia. Just Hessia.
Constance, as I just said.
Gabriel, Evernight.
Who is it?
The most extra of names. Edgelord.
Welcome, group of friends. Are you thirsty?
Not really.
We had quite a nice glass of wine with the Abbot.
Oh, except the cup, if she has one.
There's a small wood burner in here. And, puts a little bit of water from a flask into a kettle. And, have you closed the door?
How much room is there inside?
You could probably sleep 6 guards in here. So there's a good 6 bunks. These have mattresses and are better looked after than a lot of the rooms.
Can you leave Eric to watch outside?
Yes, I can.
There's more of you?
No.
No, Eric is my raven. Question. Since you've been here for a couple of weeks, how many of these Mongoloids have...
That's not it!
That's
not it!
That's not the word you want to use, Johnny.
That's not it!
Not that one.
That's not that.
How many of the what?
The Mongols.
Mongrels.
The ones that are all like twisted and stuff.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's a good fitting
Wrong
name.
word.
That's an old word for somebody with Down syndrome.
Oh no.
No, probably not. I didn't know that.
Not a good word.
I saw
Apologise.
I saw 2 when I arrived, and perhaps a week ago they locked one in the courtyard.
Not anymore.
You can hear them, and at night they are loud.
What makes you stay here when they're so disruptive?
What makes you come here?
I wouldn't say favour. We owed the Burgermeister of Kresk to deal with his issue of them up here.
So what did you do? Come and just slaughter them all?
We had a talk.
And the
We
talk
came
went
to a
south.
discussion.
And then we slaughtered them all.
When discussions fail, there is only one recourse, generally.
We were given an option for something made like what these people have made themselves into, what the Abbot had made them into, is
Not right. Not natural.
Wrong.
Ugly.
And that's the really important bit.
It is.
Yes, you are more than likely right.
So why is it you are here?
As if by magic, as when you ask her why she is here, you hear the whistle of the kettle. Bear with me. Rummage around.
Eric's outside watching to make
Yeah.
sure. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So it was just 1 tea.
yeah.
I'm quite alright, thank you.
Sure, I'll have one.
Sorry, 2.
2 then.
Yeah.
And 1 for myself. 3. Can everyone give me a perception, please? And where are you looking? She's got her back to you at the moment.
Any things in the room, like bookshelves or cupboards or anything that has personal effect on it?
Yep.
My detect magic is still up because it lasts for 10 minutes. And
her rapier is magic. There's a glow coming off that.
What is it? What school is it?
Enchantment.
Enchantment.
There's a chest towards the back of the room, which is again glowing with enchantment.
If it's
something
can penetrate 3 feet of wood and dirt, and I get to know what schools it is in there as well.
Okay.
3 foot of dirt.
Yeah, just in case it's buried.
Towards the back, near the chest, there's a book, which is giving off a magic aura. A mixture of magics coming from it.
Yeah.
Do you have any fridge water?
And the tea.
In the fridge, yeah.
Fridge water. And that's about it that you can detect.
Okay, I rolled a 19. I'm looking at her clothing.
Underneath, you're getting the telltale signs of magic from her armour. Yeah. And on her back, 2 potions. So I give her a magic aura as well.
Please. I got 16 and would be watching her with the tea.
Yep. Constance, what did you get?
2.
That's my
Jekyll?
perception, buddy.
I got 18. I'll be watching the tea to make sure it's not slipping anything into the tea.
That's fine, don't do it.
Got 8.
And on your perception?
Oh, I got 19.
Nice.
And that was without Eric.
Nice. As she makes the tea, just to clean out a couple of very old-looking cups in this room, but swishes them out with a bit of boiling water and makes sure they are. As you do, as she moves and sways, you can see this long coat behind her, covering her belt and most of her items. As it moves to the side, you see behind her, on her back, a wooden stake.
Oh.
She pours the tea. She takes her time concentrating on the different leaves that she's putting in. After looking at each of you in turn, who agreed to have tea. And then spends a moment letting it brew, takes the leaves out, and then brings it over to each of you.
I point to Hestia and ask with message, so no one else can hear it. Do you still have the stake?
Can I reply in the only you hear?
Yeah.
Yes, it's in my pack.
Mm-hmm. She puts the teas in front of you. To answer your question, you may have helped me with why I'm here, or maybe not.
I believe you were probably asking the Abbot the same questions we were.
And what questions would they be?
Help against Strahd.
I cast Zone of Truth.
Oh, wow.
So what does she...
Zone of Truth!
What happens?
So I create a magical zone that guards against deception in a 15-foot radius sphere that's centered on a point of my choice, which is her, within range, until the spell
this
ends.
This would probably be everyone in the room.
Yeah, it'll be everyone in the room. Yeah. Until the spell ends, the creature that enters the spell's area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there must make a charisma saving throw. I imagine she's probably even quite good at that, but still. On a failed save, a creature can't speak a deliberate lie while in the radius. You know whether each creature succeeds or fails its saving throw. An affected creature is aware of the spell and can thus avoid answering questions to which it would normally respond with a lie. Such a creature can be evasive in its answers as long as it remains within the boundaries of the truth.
What's the saving?
What's the saving throw?
Is it my spell save?
Just 13 or 14.
13.
Got my pass.
Crit.
I did not.
Yes.
Okay.
I
I got
crit.
-1 on charisma.
I'm interested to see if I would fail my own one.
I'm not a crit.
I did.
No,
I'm going to get a
fine.
camera in if you want me to have a look. There was a crit right there.
That's a crit. That is a crit.
23.
I don't think you'll be able to see
I
my
got a
dice.
19.
Is it a 1?
It's a 4.
Is it a 4?
Oh,
So we can
Well, the
say
charisma
whatever we
saving
want,
throw.
but she has to tell the truth.
You've got...
I got +7, so I got 12. I still would have failed my own.
Your own spell.
Did you cast that spell? Yes, I did.
Yep.
Oh, I meant it.
Okay, so remember, who got affected by it? Did you save?
I saved, yeah.
Jakul?
I saved.
Did you?
I did not.
I saved.
Even with a +7 to charisma saving throws.
How'd you have +7?
Because I'm very charismatic.
She's a paladin.
And a
Yeah.
paladin as well.
Oh, wow.
It's
Yeah.
charisma based.
Yeah.
Yeah, you invoke it. She knows she's under it, doesn't she?
No, unless she felt, only if she passed it.
Maybe pass it, you're not under it.
No.
No, but she would know she can't lie. Because she
Yeah, an
She'd
affected
try and
creature is
fail.
aware of the spell and can thus avoid answering questions to which it would normally respond with a lie. I'm sorry, we can't be too careful.
Are you sorry though? Or is that a lie?
No, that's not a lie.
That's sincere. Constance is sincere about most things.
And I was just starting to like you.
And she means it.
So, we have to cut the small talk.
Well, you're the one that has all those magical weapons and a stake attached to your back.
Yes.
Seems your purpose is the same as ours then.
What is your purpose?
We've been brought here from our...
Give me a... everyone give me a sense... Insight, it is called.
Ooh, insight.
It's got to be high. It's got to be very high. You spend some time with
I've got
your custodian, huh?
empathy.
16?
No.
15.
14.
I've got empathic, but yeah.
11.
Does that give you a bonus?
Yeah, but it's already with the bonuses added in.
11.
Would you get rid?
12.
I rolled low.
Can I use my reroll?
Yeah, you can. Can everyone just read out your Taroka card someone has asked for, if you can remember what they are?
what?
Are we using-
Raven.
Oh, these
Evoker.
Yeah.
that we all have on us all the time.
Have you got the notes from them?
Yes, I do.
Just because someone has asked.
I've got them all. I've got them all here.
So what did you draw?
So I got the Elementalist, which was
And that was blind drawing. as well.
weapon, sword of light and vengeance, treasure hidden in a small castle in a mountain guarded by amber giants.
I
Then
got the ghost.
Jakul got the
You weren't
ghost.
there, were you? That session.
Well,
Yeah.
I was very
You-
tired.
You weren't there, but yet he drew the ghost when he had a ghost in his brain.
Yeah.
And that was someone who will help greatly, a fallen paladin, a forgotten order of knights in the dead dragon's lair.
I was the evoker, which we've succeeded in. It's history and
we
knowledge
did
of an
succeed in
ancient
it.
will, an understanding of the enemy, search for a crypt of a wizard, and the staff is the key.
I got the priest.
Which one?
That was force of great good, castle in the ruins of a place of supplication to find what you seek.
And I got the Raven.
For where you'll
The
meet him.
raven was enemy is a creature of darkness. Look to the mother's tomb.
That
The
was
final
spooky,
fight.
That was
This was
spooky.
we were basically
Basically
screaming.
using our minds,
we were
yeah.
screaming over this because it was so accurate. Well, it was the thing where you
So
went, don't
You
pick that
switched
card.
them.
Oh,
Yeah.
switched
We switched ours and they
You want to
came
use your
up
reroll?
Might as well.
better. Yeah.
Might as well.
Is that your inspiration or your reroll?
No, the
from
Raven that she got a bonus from
Ah,
Matt.
yes.
19.
You don't think her accent is genuine?
Okay.
So you can still fake an accent, even if you can't lie.
My accent is that good that I'm faking someone doing it. You're the only one who picked up on it. It's good. It is a good forgery of it.
A good Vistani accent.
Well, it's not really. It's like she's trying not to be that Vistani-ish. So whether, like, a lot of the Vistani have travelled a lot, and some of them do pick up other accents, but most of the ones you've spoken to have got like a little Russian to it. Where hers, she's trying, you think, to put a little. She's either spent a lot of time somewhere else and is trying to then push that side of the accent, or it's being deceptive on purpose. So what was the last thing that was said? Sorry.
I said about
and
Steak.
getting rid of
Steak.
Strahd.
yeah, rid of Strahd.
Or dealing with Strahd.
Unfortunately, the Abbot is lost. But that does not mean he is useless.
He is now.
Yes, gathered as much.
It was very much a point of us, or him or us.
So you came here to get his aid to fight.
Or at least see if the Abbot was still able to help. Yeah, it looks like we just have to do the job for the Burgermeister and make this place a place where his people can come.
I see. And why would they want to?
Highly defensible.
No.
They need every square inch of land that they can gain. They are living within their walls.
Maybe. It is hard to live up here.
Maybe not live, but to sustain some people.
Perhaps. So you deemed the Abbot of no more use.
Well, he deemed us of no more use.
Not quite.
We tried to persuade him, but in the end he attacked us.
You must have been skilled to beat him.
Fairly so.
Why are you here?
She ponders for a second. To kill Strahd.
Ooh.
Why have you come here to kill Strahd?
Well, now you have ruined my plan.
Yeah, we do that.
Have you read the Abbot's diary?
Yes.
Yeah.
I believe Vasily von Holtz is most definitely Strahd in disguise.
We came to the same conclusion.
It is said that he visits the Abbot from time to time.
Of course.
So I was waiting for this visit.
Well, we've been invited to dinner if you want to join us.
You plan to strike him from dinner?
Well, I don't think that's going to be the place where it needs to be done.
We can at least get a measure of him and where he lives.
There's other things that need to be done to help us soften Strahd.
Very few people go to his castle and leave. But
We have been more focused on trying to find ways to weaken his power as we can.
Save the souls that have been trapped.
drink your tea. It should be cold now.
Good tea.
It's very good tea. Very tea.
Delicious.
Such lovely
Very tea.
tea.
Do you like it?
Yeah. Thank you.
Good.
It has an unusual aroma.
Do you like unusual things?
This is vaguely flirty now.
She's been a little flirty the whole time.
I'm into it.
I ship it.
I ship it, yep.
How's Constance flirting going?
It is,
In his kitties.
it is nice to taste things for the first time, isn't it?
Adam, would you like to see what's on the...
I think it's time that he saw.
Our new background.
that picture.
the best picture of Adam ever.
That play was awesome. Wow.
Are you ready
the
for the
question
play
is, what
tangent?
now? What now? Do you go your way? Do we go
She
our
doesn't
way?
take her eyes
Of
off Constance.
So what now?
Really should have known together.
You get the distinct impression that she thinks you are affected by the spell as well.
A what?
She is under the impression, she thinks that you are being affected by this spell as well.
Sure. Oh, it's clear.
Yeah.
Is Strahd able to tell?
No,
if
we
the
are going
Abbot-
back to that, so okay.
Yes. Let's keep to the subject in hand. Is Strahd likely to be able to tell if the Abbot is not here?
He has many eyes and ears. It will be a matter of time before it reaches him.
Where have you come from?
I travel the lands.
Alone?
Not always.
Look.
Do you prefer to travel alone or in good company?
Just going to watch you very carefully.
I'm feeling very uncomfortable. Can somebody else ask some questions? I say truthfully.
Everyone give me a insight, please.
That would be a 19.
12.
11.
14.
25.
It's always one.
On 25
Yeah.
and 19, so 25, you would know that this lady is well aware that it was Constance who cast this spell,
Yeah.
and it's Constance who can drop this spell.
Okay.
So it's your concentration that is keeping it active.
Sure.
Okay. So she might be flirting to.
Concentration, is it?
She's not told any lies,
It's just a duration.
No, she's keeping close watch on Constance.
or maybe purposefully asking complicated questions to
Fostering.
Constance, trying to get her to drop it.
Yeah. Okay.
If she can get a question that Constance doesn't want to answer,
Yeah.
the only way Constance, without lie, can't lie, she would have to drop.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
So, you like to travel alone?
These
It doesn't
questions
seem-
are
yeah.
useless.
This is not relevant to our current situation.
Maybe it is, maybe it isn't.
It isn't.
You're also under, aren't you?
Yeah. It has no filter now. She already had 0 filter. It has like -5 filter.
In your mind. But now that my plan is probably ruined,
Were you intending to take Strahd on your own? Seems like a big risk.
No, she was hoping that the Abbot would help her.
He did not seem
the Abbot is
open
too
to-
far gone.
Yes,
He may
he's
have
dead.
helped, but yes,
We don't got that.
I think I could have beaten him. Oh,
Wow.
Well, we did.
he is far from his castle, his lair. He would not have made it back.
But you would have had to have beaten him in single combat and hoped that the Abbot would not side with Strahd in the hopes of winning his love.
The Abbot would not have sided with him.
He was already making a puppet to win his love over.
So then he would become the new lord of the land, the new god that everybody prays to.
You see her take on what you've just said as if she's taken it on for the first time. Perhaps. But yes, I was confident I could beat him.
Well,
If you are well trained and know your enemy,
even if they are stronger, superior, smarter. All creatures of the night have weakness, and they can be exploited.
Sounds like you are a very good ally to have.
We are aiming for the same thing.
But not the same way.
No.
We have a different direction we're going in.
Maybe you travel a different direction, but we walk the same path.
Deep.
That is true.
Would you like to walk with me on that path? Just Constance. Drink your tea before it goes cold.
I'm going to go deal with the things downstairs.
Yes.
One job at a time.
Yes.
We know the invite for dinner is an open invite.
You did not answer my question.
It's a simple yes or no, Constance.
Sorry, I was looking at my cup and wasn't listening.
Are we going to walk the same path?
Just you, though.
Just you. Are you going to walk the
No,
same
all
path?
of you, of course.
Ah,
I think we are on the same path.
we are on the same path.
But do we walk it together?
I do
Oh,
not
yeah, you're more than
see
welcome
why
to
not.
follow
Come
us.
and join us, yeah.
I don't care as long as we get it done. I want to go home.
My home is the road. But sounds like for a while maybe we are on the same path. And if you like my tea, I promise I can offer you more than just that. Much. Much more.
Yes, it seems that I think we would need more than just tea to defeat Strahd.
Oh, we are back to that.
That's what we were talking about.
Okay. I will gather my things. You go and deal with your little nosy problem downstairs.
Have you seen any normal humans here? Or people held prisoner who are not those things?
Mutants.
They were not my concern.
Fair enough. We will
You
go...
still must understand, I do not wish to be heartless, but Strahd is old and ancient. Solving these small problems will not help. Along the way, their sacrifice will have to be made.
Sacrifices may need to be made, but every person we help, every path that we tread, makes us stronger
We're not unfamiliar with sacrifice.
and makes him slightly weaker.
There used to be more of us.
A nod from her. She looks into your eyes and she thinks I see. And then if we are to actually fight Strahd, there will be even less. But I am more than happy to join you if you will have me. Will you have me?
Oh, look at that. It's 10 minutes.
You can drop it at any point you like.
It's not a concentration one, by the way.
Oh, is it not?
It's duration of 10 minutes.
Oh, is it just duration?
Yeah.
We'll say that you can still choose to end it early if you want to.
So you've dropped it.
I open the door and
Okay.
I head out.
Please do try not to burn this building down, or should I meet you outside?
Best bet, meet us outside.
But we will do our best not to, and to keep our fiery companions under control.
We're not trying to be cruel.
I make no promises.
We're going to try and show mercy.
There is a tower outside. You know it? Near the lake.
The guard tower?
No. Outside the town.
The wizard.
The spooky tower.
Yes, call it what you want.
That one?
Yeah. The wizard's tower.
Spooky
I
tower.
shall meet you there.
Fun.
Wait, how many days have passed since Erwin's going to be kicked out?
It's been a day.
So it's been a day and
He's
he has
got
one more day.
Yeah.
So we need to go get Erwin, do we? Yeah, we need to get Erwin.
I will travel this path as long as we are both on the same journey. But you know where mine leads. So yours must focus there as well.
That is our main focus. And
We'll
that is our end
talk
goal.
later, maybe.
We'll see you in the wizard's tower.
Do we have a way of communicating with you?
If we meet there tomorrow morning.
What time is it now?
Probably about 3-4 o'clock.
It's fine.
Loads of time.
Yeah, loads.
Okay.
Yes?
Sounds fair enough.
Good. I shall just make my way across. I'd like to search the Abbot's things. Did you leave anything?
There's a bag of body parts.
We're burying those.
We left. There was, well, what was it? There was his mace, but it kind of
That was a spiritual weapon.
No,
That
I
was
just-
weird. We got his journal, and that was about it.
A healing potion.
I only saw his things when I snuck. Thank you. Well, please do not burn this place down.
Oh, no.
I continue to make no promises. Do it the world of good to be burnt down, I think.
Is there anything else you would like?
Nope.
If we burn it down, then it can't be used again.
Yeah.
This could be something useful for the town.
Before we go, it seemed that you were fully prepared to fight Strahd, and yet you do seem like a dual-weapon fighter, and I see only one weapon.
She has the stake.
Let's stake your secondary weapon.
Yeah. So your eyes are keen. Opens the chest behind her, and there's an axe in there, which she takes out. A silvered short sword in there. A couple of globes of what just seems to be water. A couple of scrolls and other bits. Overcloak as well.
See, you are very well prepared. I hope that our journey together will continue. Okay. It's Mosey.
Move on out. It's Mosey.
Let's mosey.
So cool.
Yeah, she starts making her way around the top of the ramparts and just looking down at the carnage. You see she walks with a slight limp. All of you would definitely notice on her right side. She's quite tall. Maybe 5'10", 5'11".
Is she out of earshot?
Pardon?
And when is she out of earshot?
Yeah, she just seems to be making
I'll
her
whisper
way.
to Constance. Is she evil?
The one time we didn't do divine sense.
She's got the classic pirate-esque. Think kind of like Esmeralda from Dragon Age.
Yes.
She's got very much that kind of swagger and
I was getting the
self-confidence to her.
gypsy from Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Yeah, a mix of those two, for sure. Big time, yeah.
Dragon
You've
Age
got
is
the
exactly
look.
what I was
The
thinking.
pirate gypsy. Perfect.
Cassandra.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Isabella.
Isabella.
Yeah, that's
With all
it.
the
Yeah.
earrings and stuff.
She makes a way across
Did we name everybody
the
else
shop.
from Dragon Age by mistake?
Yeah, this shit. We went for all the other pretty ladies.
You can see her high, knee-high boots with her trousers then coming down. Gives you a little nod. and swings the door open and enters where the sort of Abbot's sanctum.
It's like, Adam, stop, I'm already by.
Let me jump back in time.
Oh boy, time travel exists in this world.
Flashback time.
Right. Do you want to explore the closed rooms? And we'll just do one straight after the other, and I'll tell you what you see in them.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like that.
I think that's probably best.
How are people for time? So we've got 5 minutes till 10.
Yeah.
If that's okay.
Yeah, we've got a little bit of time.
You've got pretty much complete control of the base now.
Yeah.
So you make your way down. You've got this long corridor. They've died down. They've kind of shouted themselves hoarse a little bit. It's a lightless corridor going down the centre. You can see the flickers of shadows coming across it from the barred windows from some of these rooms. Mad cackles and curses being flung. There's a foul stench in here of everything you can imagine for rooms that are not being cleaned out and animalistic type people. From what you'd seen from them so far outside, some of them seem more human, but the one you saw chained up was definitely far from. As you get to the first one, you can see the furnishings in here have all been destroyed, smashed into pieces. In the corner, you can see one, near a corner, another one, and then towards the nearest corner, scampers across. You can see 3 scared, terrified of these mongrel folk. And you can see one of them is clutching something shiny to them under their cloak, threadbare, holding it close.
Are these barred?
Pardon?
Doors barred.
Yeah. Yes. Kind of like a, I think, kind of like a barred window, and then a door bit to it.
Yeah. Elder blast. Just Eldritch blast until they all die.
Yeah, you're just systematically destroying them. They all shriek in terror, but there's nothing you can do in here. As the others, as the panic starts to get raised, as a lot of them now are just going crazed. You can see some of them much closer to human. Some of them are very animalistic. The one who hits the floor, the clang of metal, as you can just see a polished brass candlestick clings to the floor.
That's what it's clinging onto.
The others holding nothing, dying in their rags as blood begins to fill the room on the floor. And the next one may be driven into a frenzy by hearing the carnage. You can see 4 Mongol folk fighting each other, tearing at each other, as one of them is watching and cackling manically. You can see them pulling and fighting each other within this room. They are not pulling their blows. They've got no weapons and are coming in with fists, but a mixture of claws, some with almost insectile-like limbs, a real mix of bird-like, animal-like creatures in here.
Same again.
As you can
I'm literally
see,
just systematically going to each one.
these creatures fighting, and as soon as they see you start to blast them from the doorway through the grating, they stop their fighting, and you see they're actually fighting over something, and it's a wooden statuette. Saint Markovia. You can see it's been rubbed to a shine as it clatters to the floor as the 5 of them die in their rags. The next room, for a second, those with arcane knowledge are worried. But it's just gibberish. As you walk in, there's actually 7 in this small, tiny cell, which probably would only fit 2. Cramped conditions. You can't really tell where they sleep or how. Carved into the floor, you would guess, over years, using sharp stones or whatever tools they could get. They've tried to do what looks like arcane gibberish. As they're trying to chant something, some of the arcane words make sense, but nowhere near enough. Trying to cast some kind of spell, but to no avail. They look malnourished. The ones with fur, you can see it's in rags, missing patches.
Yeah.
A lot of them are missing teeth.
Are we not going to try and speak to any of them?
No. I'm just putting them all down.
That was in character.
Yeah, I'm putting them all down.
Just blasting them all.
Yeah.
As soon as you start blasting in for a second, they look in shock, as if they've managed to cast something. But then terror fills them. It's just systematically. How's Gable doing it? Just disciplined?
He's just disciplined. He's just gone into like a. He's just locked everything out, and he's just systematically going to each one, looking inside, seeing what's there, and just releasing bolt after bolt after bolt. From literally his hands are like this, and it's just.
Yeah. The next room, you can count 9. 9 of them in this cell. They look the worst condition you've seen any of them in. Completely malnourished. Fur just falling off in clumps. Some missing ears and eyes, many missing teeth. They look gaunt in the face, those which are more humanoid. As they see you, they begin to beg for food. Some being able to speak common not very well. As you start to blast, they don't have the strength to really stand or to fight you off. Even to come to the door to try and get to you, they just completely fail. A few of them stand up, but almost straight away fall over. So you start now coming back the other way. You can smell the room that the stench is coming from. 16 creatures in a 15 by 15 foot room. They can barely move. There's so many. Some of them cling to the ceiling like bats. They don't seem to have noticed you at all. They're just wallowing in their own filth, their own madness, their own insanity. Systematically you point, invoke this spell. As blasts of power come from you. It takes one blast on each one as they begin to fall over. There's nowhere for them to move. The dead are forced to stand up, the living propping them. Terror strikes those as they try to escape. There's nowhere for them to move, nowhere for them to hide. Some beg for food to be released. But in their room they die. In the next room you can see 8. As they're marching around something in the centre, a small gold statuette. One at the front occasionally rubs it and picks it up. You can hear their crazed chant. The devil dwells in his dark house upon the misty pillar. First he'll taste her sweet, sweet blood, and then he'll have to kill her. The devil dwells in his dark, dark house upon the misty pillar. None of them even stop their chant as they keep doing it until there's just one. As his eyes look up to you just before you blast. And then he'll have to kill her. As he falls back into the room. You think whatever statuette they were holding is valuable, maybe even magical.
Can I try to open the door to that one?
They're all locked.
Can I try and pick the lock?
You would have found the key, sorry, towards the front. Yeah. Yeah,
Go
you
for
open
that
it up.
statuette.
So it is a gold statuette of Saint Markovia. It's quite small.
Yoink.
Does it have like a particular sort of like magical feeling as like if I pick it up? Yeah.
Yeah, you get the distinct impression it may be magical. In the next room, you can see some with child. Some tiny infant Mongol folk in here. They seem to have done what they could to protect them. This seems the most sensible room, the least madness in here for sure. A few of them look almost human until you look at them closer. You can see in their faces maybe what could have been beards, but then it's a female voice or a female face, and you see its fur. A few where until they bring their arms up their face is almost completely human, and then you see their eyes as well aren't quite right. Food, please.
No, I'm completely zoned out. I'm just on a...
I'm staying by the entrance. I'm not going around.
To me, to Gabriel right now, this is like the Raven Queen in his head would be like, these are not meant to be. Like, these are like wholeheartedly like something he would have to put down. Like, no matter how human they looked, or they're just not right, as it were. Yep. And then being alive is wrong.
So you take a moment and just decimate everything that's in the room. Screams come out, shrill, high, motherly, maternal screams as they try to push their own bodies in the way so you can't blast through them to get to the younger children as their voices cry out. You'll be able to hear this from the entrance without a doubt. Systematically blasting them time after time. It's probably taken you to do the whole lot, maybe about an hour. Somewhere in the region of that, maybe 45 minutes, something like that.
At some point I'll have started praying for their souls.
Yeah.
Wow.
You get to the last room. You can see in this one in the centre, out of bits of shattered furniture and drapes and blankets, there's a fort, the thought a child would make. You can see two mischievous little heads, almost look fox-like, with their fur kind of poke out, and with a joke and a laugh. You can't come in unless you know the password. The treasure's ours.
It's literally no remorse. It's
Just a blast in through the grates. There's nothing they can do. They can't hide. They can't run. Shrieks of pain and terror as they duck down inside their fort, which is just made of rags and material, thinking it will keep them safe, but of course not. As your magic tears through it, blasting into the room again and again until you are sure that nothing is alive. Silence meets you for the first time since being here. There's no cries of madness, no laughter, no begging for food. Just the stench of death filling these halls now. In total, there was probably somewhere in the region of 50 to 60 of these Mongol folk, maybe more. Some of you who read the Abbot's book, your mind can't help but go back to the people who asked him for help when they were suffering with disease and leprosy, their body parts falling off generations ago.
at first coming to him and him healing them, but then either through their madnesses or his, being made stronger, made better by him. But ultimately now, silence fills these halls. It's come to late afternoon, maybe even early evening.
Step outside.
The night is cold up here. It's a long walk down to the town. You could probably make it down there by the time nightfall came, but it would be a rush.
Can I show Gabriel that section?
Before we leave, I want to go in the one that the kids said the treasure's theirs.
Pardon?
The
one with the fort.
The one with the fort.
Yeah.
I'm going to go into that one.
Yeah.
And have a look around.
As you poke your head in, you can see they were younger than the others. Yeah. Clearly some kind of fox, maybe one more cat-like ears. You hear their voices once more. It's almost playful rather than truly insane as some of them. There was definitely something wrong with them. But as you look, you find a few gnawed bones, the remnants of some food, but not much in there.
We searched the entirety of the abbey now.
You believe so, yeah.
So there's no sign of the sun.
No, outside in the courtyard, so outside of the sort of inner wall, is a place to the north where there was some rough farmland and quite a substantial graveyard to the south as you came in. So remember, there was the outer wall with like the plateau bit, which is where you came through the first gate where you met the two guys outside, and then the inner bit where they took you into. So the outer bit you've not really explored, where there is quite a substantial graveyard out there, and to the north of the plateau, a place where they were growing crops and whatnot, hardy bushes.
Right.
Do you want to show him the statuette?
I want to, ask Gabriel to detect magic on it.
Yeah,
I can
detect-
feel that there's
well,
something.
Identify.
I can
Yeah,
detect
identify,
magic, so I
sorry.
know what the school is, but I can just identify it.
Yeah, I don't have identify. I
Yeah,
have
so
spell.
it's about 250 gold. Any good aligned creature that carries it gains +1 to saving throws.
No.
Shame that's not me.
That could be useful.
This
Or you. Or
goes to Jackal in my eyes.
Okay.
You have to be
Good aligned.
you have to be one with divine, I believe. I'm going to
my
say it
code.
that way instead of saying that we have to be the alignment of good.
So who went in and saw what Gabriel did? Who stayed at the door? You went
I
in?
followed him round.
I went in and
And what were characters' thoughts during that? That this needed to be done,
Yeah.
but there was no way to rehabilitate these people. What was going through everyone's head? That this needs to be done.
Yeah, that it was needed.
It's quite conflicted because yes, they are abominations, but also like a large part of Hessia's sort of history and opinion is that like, slavery is ultimately horrific and that people should be free to do what they want to do. So I think she didn't stop him. Ultimately, it was the right thing, but it wasn't an easy. It's not sitting easy with her.
Yeah, Constance was massively conflicted with that and would have laid out the bodies as he was going
Yeah.
to.
So opening the cell afterwards and then trying to put them to rest
Yeah.
of some description. You would notice that a lot of them are flea-ridden, just in such poor health that they probably have not been outside of here in a long time. From reading the Abbot's diary, maybe at some point he was genuinely trying to help these people, but lost in his own madness.
he was no assistance to him.
Yeah. I saw it as a mercy, but I'm very sad that it had to be done, but I saw it as mercy. But I didn't go anywhere near it. I stayed at the entrance and prayed.
So Constance's sort of fatal flaw, as it were, is that, like, contract or not, I never bring murder bounties back alive. They showed no mercy, and neither shall I. And she's now looking at Gabriel in like in a different light, and that's sort of ringing those alarm bells. But she knows that he was acting for his god in the way he saw as a righteous way. But it's like, it's sort of maybe a crack in that facade that we're all just trying to do the best we can in this strange land, you know.
I think this is very similar, but almost from the opposite, because her ideal is that chains are meant to be broken. So it's
Save them.
It's that same conflict of they should never have been in that situation, but actually what good would it have done to free them at this point?
Nature is more important than civilization.
So you've given me the statuette that gives +1 to all saving throws?
Reluctantly, thinking about how much it costs, she has handed it over.
Planning to rest here or go down to town first?
Not resting here.
No, we need to tell the people. We need to tell the Burgermeister
We still need
what we
to.
found.
We haven't found his son.
Can
There's
we
the graveyard and
bury
there's
those remains we found?
We won't. Oh, those remains.
The bag of bits. needs
You
to go in the
could,
bin.
but it's going to be close to making it by nightfall back to the town as it is.
We put it in the fireplace and on fire.
Yeah.
The remains of what you pretty are show is Tatiana.
No, Irene.
Yeah,
Irenia, sorry.
Yeah. So go back into that main room, put them in the fireplace. Fire.
While they go off that way, Gabriel heads towards the graveyard.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go towards the crops area, the farmland area.
Okay. So it's 15:15. Finish this and then.
Yeah, just finish this bit quick.
I pull out a water skin of wine from the Wizards of Wine and pass it to Hestia while we watch.
While we watch it then. Yeah, I think the fact that she saw like a tiefling in that vision has made her quite attached to that particular lump of.
So it's root vegetables up here, and they're not faring particularly well. But there is a crop here. There's some rabbits gnawing at some of the sort of turnips and carrots and things like that up here. Swedes, anything that stood a chance in growing in this harsh. There's 4 different plots. If someone was to come and work here, you're right in saying that this is extra space that could definitely be used.
Yeah,
but it is, it's about an hour to get up here, making the walk up the mountain. So how often someone's going to want to do that, and
Someone who's staying here, maybe.
The scarecrows don't seem terribly effective.
It's something though. If they're using every square inch down there, then
exactly.
They might find some use for it.
You can see a few pine trees when you make it round to where the graves are. There's quite a few graves here. Some are very old, some not so much. Some with gravestones, some do not. As you look down to the south, it is more of like a cliff face, and you can see the path that you guys walked up to get up here. And you can see it is quite dark already as you walk in the kind of shade of the monastery to go back down. You would be able to tell there is no doubt that if you were to go now, that you would be walking down the side of the cliff after the sun has set.
We need to go soon.
I went to the graveyard by myself before these lot got up. I'm going to basically search to see if there's any freshly dug graves. But I'm also going to turn off my disguise self. And look into the mirror.
Ooh.
So, those who went up to the vegetable patch, you did that. Those
We burnt the remains.
We're team shield. Yeah.
you see. Yeah, why the fuck not? Be funny. As you bring the mirror up, sort of in the shade of this building, you can see a few gravestones around here. 1, 2, 3, 3 which do not look that old. It's hard to tell with this kind of like permafrost ground.
Yeah.
This would definitely be a job to dig up and put down. As you bring the mirror up, you look into it and you see your face as it starts to age. The nose begins to droop, the ears come down and wrinkles spread through your skin. And then hair starts to grow from it. Your mouth becomes longer and longer, and teeth. Your tongue falls out to the side. And you hear a voice from behind you. Oh, Gabriel. As you look in the mirror, you see no one there. Turn around.
Yeah, but I've already got a Eldritch Blast ready to go.
I really must insist you come to dinner. As you see Strahd, he must be 10 foot from you. His cloak billowing unnaturally. There's no wind as you're in the shape of the building. His hair perfectly back, tall. Because time flies by in Barovia. As he just looks up, you can see the moon growing bigger and bigger until it becomes a full moon. Flies by. The rest of you hear a and that's where we'll leave it.
Oh. Okay. Jeez.
Sorry, I went a little bit over.
It's alright. That was good fun.
Some deep.
Murdering all my innocent mongol folk.
God.
I believe it's called euthanizing.
I wasn't sure if you were going to save any of them or release them into the wild.
No! Don't release them into the wild. Moral decisions on a Tuesday night.
You didn't really have much choice with them, I don't think. Once, yeah.
I mean, if they're mad, we can't take care of
They're
them.
mad, they're malnourished,
We can't do anything.
and they're
other
also
than-
abominations against nature.
Right.
Yeah, there's kind of I guess if you would have seen them first and how many there was, you can try and talk the Abbot into changing his way and looking after them more. But you probably...
Yeah, this way around, the Abbot's dead. We can't take care of these things. We can't release them on the people below.
No.
Right.
Exactly.
Quick death is the easiest
All of the
way.
sensible ones are already dead.
Yeah.
Or all of the ones that could be trusted not to be in cells.
Wow.
Lovely. Good game. Thanks for watching.
Super
Thank
depressing.
you, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, that was a pretty dark
This is a
was
great
super
start
dark.
to the week, isn't it?
Oh my god.
I'm a very dark character.
Yeah.
To be fair, I knew it would have to be me that went around and done it all.
Well, I
Yeah.
had a plan to do it, but there was too many of them.
I love Constance's reaction to Esmeralda, properly makes me happy. And
I ship it just saying, I hope to see more of this in the future.
Well, we're going to meet up with her
Lovely
again
game.
soon.
when should we aim for next week, gang?
I think it's Thursday or nothing for us.
I go
cannot
away
do
on Thursday,
because that's
no.
my year 11 exam.
And I'm going
I
on.
could do that, but...
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because we're back in Wales Monday, aren't we?
Yeah, Thursdays when my year 11's doing their Unit 1 exam.
And I'm going away on
that's
Thursday for holidays.
I could do any day next... No, wait, no.
So Thursday on, I think.
Let's have a look. Because otherwise we only get 2 days at home before another 12 days in a week.
In a field.
So which guys can you guys do?
I can't do Thursday.
I can do any day apart from Thursday.
Okay.
I could do any day.
Well, on Friday.
Yeah, Monday through Wednesday I could do.
So we've got a couple of options.
Split the party!
Split the party, but it would be nice to have everyone here, especially.
Well, we can decide.